Time's up, crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. I love space. Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
Accessories on the market today is custom fit all-weather floor liners. They're the ultimate protection in your vehicle's interior. At Ryan Chevrolet, we have an option you may not have considered yet. The digitally fit GM floor liner. They're tailored to fit your GM vehicle exactly. And here's the shocker. They're less expensive than many aftermarket brands. GM digitally fit all-weather floor liners are an affordable option. You should check them out today at Ryan Chevrolet or shop RyanChevroletMinot.com.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Comes down low to the near side. Bennett walks out with it. Bennett centering feed, fires it. Easton Bennett scores. It's 4-1 Magi on the twisted wrister from Easton Bennett.
The growing tradition of Magi hockey carries on today.
He scores, and it's a hat trick for Hayden Schwartz.
With one goal in mind.
One back to the Knights. Minot High is winning the state title. They have won the state championship.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Boy, Tide sends it down. Bennett, top shelf backhand, right where Grandma keeps the cookies, and it's 5-1. Out of Gretzky's office, Bennett feeds Hyde at the line, near side. Hyde tunes it in, tipped in front. Vile tucks it home, and it's 5-1. It's handling, whistling, firing into the glove. No, he scored. It's 2-0. Heads, tattoos at home, and the Magicians lead 2-0.
It's time for the Minot High Magician Hockey Planet Pizza pregame show. America's ultimate party location, has been serving the Magic City for over 20 years. Call and order now at 701-852-1700.
Colby Enns will start the rush. Enns has a big hit at center ice. Welcome to senior night. Plenty of noise. Easton Bennett absolutely lights up Rulli. There's the hit of the game, maybe of the week.
Now, let's go to the ice with the voice of the Magi. Here's Nick Holberg.
A 7-round shootout in loser-round play finds the Magicians in the consolation championship game here this morning. We're live from the Shields Arena for the North Dakota State High School Hockey Tournament. And today we've got a good one for you as Jamestown, the Blue Jays, take on the Magi from Minot High in a number 3 versus number 4 out of the West region matchup here at the State High School Hockey Tournament. The winner gets 5th. Alongside of Larry McFall, I'm Nick Holberg for the Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza at 701-852-1700. They will deliver. Try the Blue Buffalo Pizza or their delicious chicken wings. Planet Pizza brings you the pregame show here today. Larry, yesterday was quite the day at the North Dakota State High School Hockey Tournament. Every game on the boys' side, all games that were played yesterday ended up in overtime. When's the last time you remember a tournament that had this much parity in the games in day number 2?
Yeah, it was awfully close. I believe Jamestown's 4-3 win over Bismarck was in regulation, but 3 of the 4, Nick, went to overtime, and just the way they got there and just the events that happened in all those games to force overtime was just so exciting. It was unbelievable. And both the semifinal games last night were well worth the price of admission, and the Minot High game yesterday was incredible. I'm not a big fan of it ending in a shootout, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on.
Well, Minot takes on Jamestown in this consolation championship game. It's a Jamestown team that handed Minot their only regular season loss in regulation play as Minot went 13-1 in the regular season to win the WDA championship. It's a Jamestown team that now for the last 2 years has developed a pretty good rivalry with Minot. Sweeping has not been a reality for Minot in the regular season. Jamestown's taken one from the Magicians. The Magicians have taken one from Jamestown in the last 2 years of regular season play. However, this is a matchup of last year's state play-in game where Minot High took it to Jamestown 7-1 at the Mesa Arena to get to the state tournament, leaving Jamestown at home last year. Jamestown's got a bunch of kids that can score the puck, and they've got a freshman by the name of Nolan Nenow that right now sits number 4 in all of North Dakota with 52 points. This is a Jamestown team that's going to be good for some time to come. What do you expect out of this matchup here today?
Well, both games that were played, one of them was a tight game and one of them not so tight. When they came into the Mesa Arena, I think the second game of the season, and won that one 3-2, that was a defensive struggle all the way. And they've got a netminder that wears number 40, Riley Gerhardt, a senior, stole the show that day. I mean, face it. He came up very huge in that game to win it for Jamestown. But then the Magicians travel to the Wilson Arena, and they solve him big time. And I believe that was a 7-0 win for the Magi. So contrasting games, but you got Matt Stockard at the helm, the original Mr. Hockey, the very first time they gave that award away in 1992. You've got Matt Stockard coaching. He knows what he's doing. The Minot coaching staff, lots of years of experience. So you pit those coaching staffs against each other, and 2 formidable goaltenders and a couple of players on each team that could steal the show. I think we're in for an excellent early morning game here at the Farmers Union Insurance Center.
You think about that game that you talked about, 7-0 was what came to your mind. That was a score from last year. The time that they played in Jamestown this year was a 6-5 game. So Minot High still put 6 up, but Jamestown found a way to put 5 past Trey Sortland. So we might be in for a real treat here today.
Oh, I apologize. I set my clock back 1 year, and I missed that. Don't we have to spring ahead pretty soon, by the way?
Yes.
Those things make me confused. Yeah, so I'm still in last year. I'm looking forward to 2020, though, Nick. I think it's going to be a great year once I get there.
Here's how the tournament started out. By the way, the girls from Minot High are in a 1-1 tilt next door for third place against Devil's Lake. Head to the PSP Twitter account, PSP Network, or Facebook page to see how you can listen to that game if you'd prefer to listen to the girls here today. Mark Bigley from Devil's Lake has the call. He's fantastic from Devil's Lake, by the way. 1-1 for the girls next door. We'll talk about the girls bracket later. Here in the Planet Pizza pregame show, now we'll talk about the boys bracket. In the opening round, it was Fargo Davies that got past. Hang on one second. We got the girls bracket pulled up. Let's pull up the boys bracket for you. In the boys bracket, it was Fargo Davies that got the win over Century, 6-0 day one. It was Fargo South that beat Minot 9-1, so that set up Davies and South for semifinal number 1 last night. Red River beat Jamestown 8-2 on the opening day, and then Bismarck High got beat by Grand Forks Central 7-1. That set up an all-East final for sure, because Central played Red River last night. It went into overtime, and Red River won 4-3, so Red River's in the state title game. 3 overtimes were needed for Fargo Davies and Fargo South. It was the Bruins from South Shanley that won 3-2. Fargo South and Red River will play for the state championship. It's a rematch of the East Region title game. Fargo Davies will play Grand Forks Central for 3rd place. Yesterday in loser outplay, Jamestown beat Bismarck 4-3. Minot beat Century in a 7-round shootout 3-2. That sets up Minot and Jamestown for 5th. And the Bismarck teams are already back in the capital city after their losses here yesterday. It's the Planet Pizza pregame show for the North Dakota State High School Hockey Tournament. When we come back, we'll talk to John Grubb, the co-head coach of the Magi. We'll hear his thoughts heading into the final game of the year. You're listening to Minot High Magicians Hockey.
One of the hottest accessories on the market today is custom-fit all-weather floor liners. They're the ultimate protection in your vehicle's interior. At Ryan Chevrolet, we have an option you may not have considered yet: the digitally fit GM floor liner. They're tailored to fit your GM vehicle exactly. And here's the shocker: they're less expensive than many aftermarket brands. GM digitally fit all-weather floor liners are an affordable option. You should check them out today at Ryan Chevrolet or shop RyanChevroletMinot.com.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
It's the Planet Pizza Coaches Corner for the final time here in 2020 with Minot High co-head coach Mr. John Grubb. First of all, Coach, congratulations on the win yesterday, making it here to the 5th place game at the state tournament. Thanks for some time here today.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that game yesterday that Minot High saw themselves going to a shootout with Century, and you guys prevail in 7 rounds of the shootout. That was an entertaining hockey game. The resiliency of your team was the most impressive thing yesterday with a few power play goals at the end. Touch on your team's effort yesterday.
You know, I think it took a while for something good to happen for us, and once something good, we got those 5-on-3s. It's like a different team showed up on the ice, and I thought we played just excellent the rest of the way, and felt like we could score almost any shift, and the kids were going, and it was fun to see, and it's fun to see the attitudes and the engagement in the game flip a little bit.
I have to ask you this, and whatever your answer is okay here. Did you know that was going to end up in a shootout? No one around the rink had any idea.
We did before we started overtime. I'm not sure why it changed. A few years back, I think there was a consolation game of Manda and Red River that went to like 4 or 5 overtimes, and I suppose that's why the rules changed. But didn't know going in, but we did know before overtime, so we were aware, so that was good. nice to see Peyton Fillion get one in the shootout and one to tie the hockey game, or one to get the scoring started yesterday. Opru got the game tire. Touch on him a little bit here this year. It's been a disappointing year for him, but a nice tournament to end it for him.
It has. He had such a great start to the season. He was just jumping all over the place, just fast as can be. And then some pucks didn't go in for him, and he battled some illness in the year, and it's tough to get back on track. And to see that puck go in for him yesterday was awesome in the shootout, and I think you're going to see him flying today.
It's a Jamestown team that you guys take on here in the tournament today that handed you guys your only regular season loss in the region. They're a team that's got a bunch of power up front, led by a freshman and Nolan Nenow, and a goaltender in Riley Gerhardt, who in my mind is the best in the West. Your thoughts on Jamestown today and a game plan to beat this high-powered offense team?
they got some kids that can score. We're going to have to not give them too many 2-on-1s and odd man opportunities. It seems to be where they get a lot of it. The best way we can do that is to keep the puck in their end. I think they've had tendency to give up quite a few shots this year. One of the higher teams in our region as far as shots against. So the game plan's got to be to keep them pinned down in their end and make Gerhardt work on day 3 here.
This tournament has been one of the most exciting. Yesterday, every game in the boys' side, consolation and in the semifinals went to overtime. Your thoughts on this year's version of the North Dakota State High School Hockey Tournament? It has not disappointed.
No, it hasn't. You look at the way all the scores went yesterday. The teams that were on our right side of our brackets yesterday, and that's just kind of the reality of it. There's 4 strong teams out east. They played close games yesterday, and then the 4 teams in the west all had close games. And at this point of the year, you're looking for those competitive games, and it makes for exciting hockey. There weren't any 9-0 games yesterday, and they're good competitive games. And I think there's going to be another one today in this 5th place game.
How big is a win for Minot High moving forward in this consolation bracket today, picking up a 5th place with a young hockey team in there with only 4 seniors?
It's important, but I think it's just to cap off these kids a year. They had a very successful season. We told them that. We won 19 hockey games now this year. That's an awesome year. Let's go out and get the last one. They deserve something to go right for them these last few weeks, and for some reason it just hasn't. It wasn't clicking at the West Region tournament. But after that shootout win yesterday, I really hope they come out with jump today, because they deserved a better fate than to go home yesterday. So I'm happy we're here, and the messages can be get another win.
No matter what happens here, you guys have definitely earned a lot of respect around the West Region, again picking up another regular season title. We had a preview show on Wednesday where we previewed the state tournament. I went on the air and said that I predict us to win the West next year. That tournament and the state high school hockey tournament, people were laughing at me. Do you think I'm completely out of line? What do you think the future of Magi hockey is?
No, I don't think you are. I think it's going to be an absolute battle to win the West Region next year. Jamestown's going to have a ton of kids back. Wilson's going to be very good next year. High's always tough, and Century, they had quite a junior class too. So make us put us in there, and it's going to make for some really competitive hockey next year. And hopefully the level plays up a little bit in the West next year, and that helps us coming over here to the East Region. And you just never know what happens out here. If the East Region's a little down for a year, it could be a wide open tournament. And I think if we can have a good season, get off to a good start, we should be one of those teams in the mix next year.
Sure appreciate your time and everything you do for Minot High hockey this entire year, joining me and taking time out of your time. Again, great year to you guys. Thanks for everything, John, and best of luck here today.
Thanks, Nick. We appreciate the coverage.
That's John Grubb, co-head coach of the Minot High Magicians. When we come back to the Planet Pizza pregame show, Larry and I will dive into the numbers. Jamestown and Minot for the consolation championship. This is Minot High Magicians hockey.
Custom fit all-weather floor liners. They're the ultimate protection in your vehicle's interior. At Ryan Chevrolet, we have an option you may not have considered yet. The digitally fit GM floor liner. They're tailored to fit your GM vehicle exactly. And here's the shocker. They're less expensive than many aftermarket brands. GM digitally fit all-weather floor liners are an affordable option. You should check them out today at Ryan Chevrolet or shop RyanChevroletMinot.com.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. They have tonight's call and every Nickelback album. Back to the voices of Magi Hockey. Here's Nick Holberg and Larry McFall.
Final game of the 2020 season for the Minot High Magicians, and it's against the Jamestown Blue Jays. 5th place up for grabs here this morning and afternoon. Nick Holberg and Larry McFall for the call on the PSP Network at F1390 KRRZ. Gerhardt's the real deal for Jamestown. He's in the paint today for the Blue Jays, and it's Trey Sortland in the paint for Minot High. This is going to be a goaltender's battle here today for 5th place. How big do you think a win is for both of these teams and their programs moving forward here today?
Well, it'll be a lot larger for Jamestown than it would be for Minot. Of course, Minot's been here before. They're just 5 years off a championship title. Jamestown missed this tournament a few years, and now that they split with Minot in the regular season, I think they feel that they can come in here and get another one and really shoot their program forward. For the Magicians, I don't think it's going to affect next year's team, whether they win or lose here. I don't think there's that much of a momentum factor for Minot. So I think it's a little more important for Jamestown today here at the Farmers Union Insurance Center.
Well, the starting lineups take place. We'll tell you this. Jaden Locke's got 31 points. He leads the Magicians. 29 for Nick Murphy, 25 for Aiden Morelli, 23 for Jack Plemmel. Nolan Nenow for Jamestown leads the way with 52 points. He's only a freshman. 46 for Jace Thompson, and Hunter Nelson has 44 of the year, 30 for Tommy Falk. National Anthem's about to take place. We'll take our final commercial break of the Planet Pizza pregame show. When we come back, we'll play for the consolation title. The Blue Jays and Magi play on the PSP Network. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Minot Hockey Boosters has one mission: to inspire teamwork, pride, and life lessons in the lives of all our members. Hockey is more than a sport, it's a way of life. The benefits of playing hockey from a young age last a lifetime. Visit minothockey.com for more information or to get signed up in the Learn to Play program today. Minot Hockey Boosters. The strength of the pack is the wolf. The strength of the wolf is the pack.
Time for the final game of the 2019-2020 season. It's showtime from here in Fargo. We're at the Farmers Union Insurance Arena at Shields Arena here in Fargo, North Dakota. 5th place on the line. The Blue Jays and the Magi play for the 3rd time this year. They split down the season. Minot was handed their only regular season loss in conference play to the Blue Jays at the Mesa Arena. They ended a run for the Magi where they almost had 6 straight. Andrew Goodmanson checked in before the game today, as he always does. And as Andrew Goodmanson would say, I know a guy that once rode a white buffalo in Jamestown. Well, thanks for checking in, Goody. Andrew Goodmanson from 7-1 Realty. Let he or his wife McKenna make your experience a positive one. Visit them online at 701realty.com. These two goaltenders go toe-to-toe today. The best in the West region are on display. Do you have the numbers for each of these kids, or do you want me to bring them your way?
You better bring them my way, Nick.
Trey Sortland for Minot High, 88% save percentage, almost an 89, with a 2.6 goals against average. On the other side for Riley Gerhardt, 90% save percentage, and a .392 goals against average. Minot High will go from the left to the right in their home whites. It's Jamestown in the road blues. Maroon helmets, pants, and gloves for the Magi. All blue for Jamestown. Plebbles in, fired one up and wide. Minot High from the left to the right, right to the left for the Blue Jays. Underneath the net, here's Plemmel. He'll walk out. He scores! 22 seconds in, and Jack Plemmel, the wraparound, put a hard shot home. They scored.
Plemmel brought the puck into the zone on the rush. It took a very high shot. It missed wide, hit the glass, came to another Magi, who fired it right back behind the net. Plemmel took it from there and just stuffed it. It's an unbelievable stuff shot by Plemmel, and that goal comes at 22 seconds of period number 1, and the Magicians lead it 1-0.
Jack Plemmel's got his 17th goal of the year. He leads all Magician scorers for goals scored. That's 24 points for him on the year. And Minot High scores 22 seconds in. Off the next round, the puck is dumped down and behind Riley Gerhardt. Over the corner it rolls. Puck's going to be taken back in behind the net on the retrieve here for the Blue Jays. They're going to push it up the wall, trying to go to Jace Thompson. Back underneath the net, it comes around back to Jack Plemmel. Half wall, near side. Sent it across the slot, went up to Ben Bonebreak at the point. Here come the Blue Jays with numbers through center. They skated in. Nolan Nenau's in onto the near side. Here's a drive back door. Oh, they scored! Tic-tac-toe play. Nenau sent it to Hunter Nelson, and it's 1-1 in the first 58 seconds here today.
Well, Nino charged it across the blue line to Sortland's right, got to about the top of the circle, and just fired it. A nice pass right across the slot in between two Magician defenders, and Nino made no mistake. The freshman puts it in and ties it up at the 58-second mark, Nick.
Let's listen in. Here's the call. This is going to be iced down by the Magi. They wave off the icing. Nenau gets the goal from 22. Nelson, puck rolls back into Minot High territory, and on the retrieve for the Magi. That's Tice who sends it around the sideboards, trying to clear the zone out of the Magicians. Puck's back underneath the net, glove side of Trey Sortland down to the corner. Riley Oproot scrubbing 40, frees it over to Tice. And now the Magi are going to work it out of their own end, or tried to at least. Jamestown's got him hemmed in there with Thomas Pfeiffer. Back over to the All-West Region player, Oproot. He tried to work it around the boards. He gets it back underneath on the glove side. Puck's down in deep. 1-1 in the first 58 seconds of this hockey game. Here comes Jaden Luck up to center ice. He's going to skate in. He fires it on Gerhardt. He makes a stop. A minute 53 in, and on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard, it reads 1-1.
Boy, what pace to this game. Of course, it's only existed for a minute and 53 seconds, but both these teams have brought their jets today, and this action is going up and down the ice surface. Crazy start here at the Farmers Union.
5th place on the line. Nobody likes playing in this hockey game, but there's a tempo here today that would say otherwise, as Minot High trying to pick up another 5th place championship here at the State High School Hockey Tournament. Here's Bonebreak across near side. Gabe Thogfett from the circle on the right wing. Up to center. It's taken here by Zach Deal. He'll dump it down to the corner. Back in behind Riley Gerhardt. Deal's on the retrieve. Taken there by the Blue Jays and Tommy Falk. He's got 30 points on the year. Up to center. Hauser's got it back for the Magi. He spins it back out to neutral. Does the big wheel, and he brings it right back in. Here's Hauser. Tripped right over the blue line. Puck's going to lay inside the slot. Now comes to the point. Thongfett sends it in. As some hitting picks up here in the hockey game. Plemmel scored early on, 22 seconds in for his 17th goal of the year. Blue Jays are right back in with it. Blue Jays found Nolan Nenau, the freshman. He's number 4 in the state in scoring. 52 points coming into the hockey game, and you heard it right, he's only in the 9th grade. Puck's taken here on the near side wing up to center ice. Magi and Drady trying to push it into the offensive zone. Good crowd on hand here today at Farmers Union Insurance Rink right next to the Shields Arena. It's underneath the same roof. It's just the side-by-side rinks. This place was packed for the 7-round shootout yesterday that saw the Magicians on top. Back into the offensive zone. Here comes the Blue Jays with it. It's Hunter Nelson, side of the cage. Nelson on the year, 44 points for him. He's got 29 goals. The Blue Jays are stacked. They've got some kids that can score the puck, Larry. Only 3 seniors on this lineup. They're back in a drive. Oh, they scored again. Nelson sent it to Ninow, and Ninow's got 2 in the hockey game. It's 2-1.
Another quick pass across the slot. They have one man unattended by the Magicians. The Magicians had a chance to get it out. Were booting it around in the circle. Couldn't get their sticks on it. And then the pass right across the slot for the second goal of the game for Jamestown, and that comes at 3:37, excuse me.
Well, let's listen in. It might be Jace Thompson that gets credit. It is. It's Jace Thompson instead. Jaden Luck's back the other way to the offensive zone. Nelson does get credit, so it's going to be 12 from 22.
Luck comes in and rips his shot. Down on the breadbasket to make the save was Gerhardt, as Luck tried to pick the 5-hole. Face-off now comes to the right of Gerhardt. 13:04 remaining in the first period. We got a wild one. 2-1 Blue Jays.
Yeah, that would be a way to say it. This certainly is. Here's a drive coming from Morelli. Just put it down to the corner over to Jaden Luck. Back in front. Casey Field sent it wide of the cage. Puck comes back away on the near side wall. It's going to be worked back up to center. On the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard, 2-1 Jamestown with 12:45 left in the first. We just started. Here's Morelli, fired one on Gerhardt, and Gerhardt stopped him. Out of the corner, Jaden Luck back in front, tried to fire it on from Deal. Puck's back in behind the net. Gerhardt's got it, and Riley Gerhardt hangs on tight. I talked to Riley Gerhardt before the game today and told him, you have had a fantastic high school hockey career. I thought you might have got snubbed on the West Region Senior Athlete of the Year. And he said, you know what, that's all right, I sure appreciate it. I said, are you moving on to play junior hockey anywhere? He said, no, my focus is football. He's going to move on to play college football. Big number 40 in the blue paint for the Blue Jays, a multi-sport athlete.
Wow.
Off the draw, offensive zone. In with it, a drive that went just wide from Zach Deal on the glove side of Gerhardt. Down to 12:20 to play here in the first period that sees Jamestown on top, 2-1 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. Puck's brought back in over the Minot high stripe. Jamestown needs to touch up on sides as the puck's handled here by the Magicians. They try to move up to center with Hauser. Puck's taken away there, and across the line it came from Tommy Falk. Dumped down to the corner. Riley Opperud's got it. He flips it back up to center. It rolls into the Magi bench. So a stop of the play with just under 12 to play in a 2-1 first. Jamestown on top.
The Jamestown player tried to bat that one back forward into the zone, but he batted it into the Magician bench.
Puck's handled by Tice back in his own territory, trying the Hail Mary pass up to Nick Murphy. Puck is handled now by Murphy. Now Fillion at center. Here comes Peyton Fillion with the jets on. Fillion's going to take it down to the corner. He hits the brakes, brings it back to the point. Tice sent it in. Side of the net, no one home for Plebble. Puck goes back away now to Riley Opperud. It's Thompson that moves it back to center. Tice will take it, and he's just going to slingshot this one right back in on the blocker side of Gerhardt. Puck comes up to center ice. Thompson's going to move it back ahead. Riley Opperud's on the retreat for the Magi. Ninow stripped it from him. Ninow's behind the net. Here's Nolan Ninow. He brings it back to the point near side. Ninow, top of the circle, left wing, sent it in. Blocker side of Sortland, loose in front. Thompson spun it towards the cage and wide. Puck's back underneath the goal line now. It's going to be worked around here from Hunter Nelson. It was stripped there by the Magi captain. That's Fillion up to center ice. And here comes Jack Plemmel back in. Fancy move. Plemmel steps in with it. He turns it towards the net. Glove save. It went off the pads right out in front of the blue paint. And the Blue Jays have to ice this one down. Sortland stops the icing. He's going to turn it right back up the ice. And Thongfed just stopped it right on the bottom of the circle for the Magi. Now Thongfed goes up to Plemmel. Dump and chase Magicians. How about the tempo of this hockey game early on?
Yeah, that's like I said, it's really fast here today. Everyone must have got a good night of sleep and a bowl of Cheerios.
Puck is worked back up to the point. Bonebreak sends it in, comes to field, turns it towards the net. Oh, yawning goal mouth for Jaden Luck. He sent it wide. Gerhardt stacked the pads, old school 1980s style. He was out of position, and Luck almost netted his 32nd point of the year, but he sent it wide on the left. 10-10 to play here in our opening period. 2-1 Jamestown on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. Here's a drive from Casey Field up and wide. Puck's handled by Bonebreak, sent it back underneath the net. Past Luck it came around to the near side wing. Blue Jays trying to clear the zone. They have a student section here, so it's hard to see on the glove side of Gerhardt of that corner. He stops it.
Feld's trying to work his way in. Got into a swarm of blue bodies trying to knock that one underneath Gerhardt's pad. The referees finally settle it down and blow the whistle. Former Minotors Dan Emery and Cody Baker are the referees today, and Patrick Coulter and Cole Gyrick, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is the other linesman.
At the line, Hauser sent it towards the net wide on the blocker side. Down to 9:40 to play in the first period. Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard says 2-1 Jamestown. Courtesy of Jace Thompson and Nolan Nienow, two of the West Region All-WDA selections. This Jamestown team is legit. They've got guys that can score, and a goaltender that has turned in plenty of stops. He had 42 on the first day at the state tournament against Red River, who's in the state championship tonight to take on Fargo South. Semifinals here at the state high school hockey tournament on the boys' side did not disappoint. 3 overtimes for Fargo South and Davies last night. It was Alex Semp that had the game winner. If you remember that name from the tournament, you should if you're a Magicians fan. He's the kid that put up 3 against the Magicians on the opening day in the 9-1 win for South. Back into the offensive zone for the Magi. Puck's going to come back the way down to Zach Deals. Hit it in front for Thongfett. The puck went wide and it comes back down on the glove side of Operud. Now out to center ice. The Blue Jays push and Nienow is on the attack, but it's Thongfett that's on the retrieve. Gabe Thongfett hard off the glass. Nienow's got it back up over center. Here comes Nolan Nienow. He's into the offensive zone. This kid can dance with it, but he was upended there by Gabe Thongfett, and Jack Plummel's back the other way. Plummel's got to move now. Another. He's in. Oh, he tucked it towards the side of the cage. Power play coming for the Magi with 8:21 left in the first, and here is the first special teams activity of the day.
Boy, Plemmel is playing a heck of a game already. What are some moves he's got there? And the Magicians are going to go on the power play at 8:31. End of 2 periods next door. It's Minot 1, Devils Lake 1. Abby Tallman, the goal for the Magets. Assist from Taylor Cope and Alyssa Aguirre. And Ellie Black has the goal for Devils Lake. Minot is out shooting them 27-8. But it is a 1-1 game after 2 periods of play.
Well, they've got Molly Black in the net, and she is fantastic. She's going against Borkus over there next door. Those are 2 young goaltenders in the state that are fantastic. They're having a dogfight. Matt Stockard wanted to talk to Dan Emery.
Matt Stockard's not very happy. I see he dressed up today. Looking good.
Larry's joking, of course. Puck on the near side wall. It's going to be handled back up to the point. Remember when they all used to wear suits, even at the state tournament?
Suits and ties, but when I gave Matt Stockard crap about it a couple of years ago, he said he's here to coach, not to win a GQ contest.
Yeah, Stockard's a unique gentleman. He is a great hockey mind. Like you mentioned, first ever Mr. Hockey in North Dakota. Here comes Philly, and he's in with it, a drive right in front of the Gerhardt net, and Gerhardt put the paddle down. Ed Belfour style and made the save. A minute 23 on the power play for the Magicians. They trail by a goal. Zach Deal spun in the corner on the left wing, back to Operud at the point. Over to Deal, top of the circle, center slot. Morelli back up to Operud. Minot High's trying to get fancy with it. Just fire the puck away, fellas. Here with Fillion down in the corner now. Fillion's going to step behind the net. He skates from the left to the right, tried to feed it across, back up to Operud at the point. Slap shot, tipped in front, save. Fillion's out of the cage, sent it over the net and wide. And again, the net's off its moorings with 56 seconds of power play time remaining.
Speaking of Ed Belfour, rumor has it you missed him last night. He was at the Shields Arena visiting Grant Parnika and some old teammates.
Can you imagine if you, Ed Belfour, and I would have been able to sit down and have a conversation last night?
Oh, boy. Yeah.
I thought it was cool enough getting to talk to Aaron Walski again, a good buddy of mine from back in the day. He was with the Bismarck Bobcats and the goaltender that played for the Cats in my first year. That's when I got to know Walski back at that time. Here's a wraparound from Plemmel. The stop was made. Comes back up to the line. Nobody home for the Magi, and it's taken and launched all the way down by the Blue Jays and Tommy Falk. Walski's still in the tournament program as the most saves in a game. He had 72 when Fargo North and Red River went to 5 overtimes in the last game of the state high school hockey tournament existence at the old Ralph Engelstad Arena. It's almost like the old Ralph didn't want that tournament to leave, and Walski took it to 5 overtimes, but it was Red River that got the win that day. He's a nice guy, huh?
I remember that game well. That was unbelievable. Yeah, first time I got to meet him, he was a pretty cool guy. Of course, you were more of a Belfour fan than I was, but being able to meet him would have still been a treat. But it'd be better if it was somebody that wore the C&H.
Puck comes back up to the point. Toproot's got it. We're down to 10 seconds on the power play. Minot High trailing by a goal. Ryan Chevy scoreboard says 2-1. 6:28 left in the first. Magicians are pressuring with Philly and down to the corner. Glove side of Gerhardt. Puck comes all the way back up now. Out of the tape here for the Magicians. It's Zach Deal. It's sent back down to the corner. Blue Jays are at full strength. Comes back up to Oproot at the line. He had the game-tying goal yesterday. Niedau stripped it from him, and Niedau's in against Oproot. Blocker side sent in front. Thompson fires on, and the stop is made from Trey Sortland.
This time Sortland moved a lot better in his net on the cross the slot pass as he did on the first two that he really didn't have much of a chance on. On this one, the shooter was a little further out, and he stayed square with the shooter, took the shot from Thompson, and kept it in the breadbasket and got the save.
Off the draw, glove side of Trey Sortland. Puck taken by the Magi. Here comes Jaden Luck up to center with it. And Luck moved it in over the blue line, but then it was taken there by the Blue Jays. They moved it back out, courtesy of Jorson. Now Luck's got it again. Farwig sent it towards Gerhardt, knocked down on the play. Luck's down to the corner, sent it out front. No one home for the Magi. Blue Jays move this one all the way back. Into Magi territory. And Riley Oproot throws it off the wall on the far side wing. Jamestown has to touch up on sides. 9-3 are the shots on goal. Minot High with the advantage. Jamestown's got the puck back in Magi territory, and then losing an edge there was Tommy Falk. So with the Magicians rush, it's Oproot that sends it down to the corner. Riley Oproot's had a great year for the Magi. Here in his junior campaign, Riley Oproot's going to have 21 points coming into today's game. Looking for a few more. The All-West Region players scored 6 goals on the year, including the one to tie it yesterday. He's been great on the blue line for the Magicians all year. At the point, Tice handles, sends it in. Gerhardt made the glove save, and he hung on to it.
You know, that's the hardest shot for a goalie to stop, that one really low through traffic, especially nowadays when they don't kick out with their skates anymore. And Gerhardt picked that out of a crowd and made the glove save. Down on the ice, a very exceptional save. I'm bummed out to hear that he's not going to try to keep on playing hockey. It's a shame to see a goalie that's this good just stop and go to football.
Off the draw, glove side of Gerhardt. Puck is tied up in our blind spot at the half wall. Puck is taken down by Jack Plebble. He's got the one goal for Minot High here today. Sends it down low. Now Nick Murphy's back behind the net. Murphy's going to spin it back over to Plemmel. Plemmel onto his forehand. He's in the corner. He's being hounded heavily there. The puck's going to be tied up down and deep. There's some loud commotion and cheers from the Jamestown student section, but they're standing, so we didn't see the play. Puck's underneath the net. It's Philly that works it back to the point. Bone break handles. He works it across. Tice sends it in from the line. Gerhardt gobbled it up. Hey, by the way, if you're buying or selling a home, let 701 Realty's Andrew McKenna Goodmanson make your experience a positive one. Visit 701 Realty today at 701realty.com.
I wonder who that was climbing and riding the white buffalo. Just don't know who that might have been.
I'm not sure. We'll have to ask him. Puck comes back on the glove side. You ever see that giant buffalo when you're on 94 heading over?
I used to have to stop. I made my parents stop all the time.
Just to get a peek at that thing.
Just to stop and get my picture taken. You know what the answer was? We only have 12 exposures in the camera. We're not wasting one on that.
Puck's in the corner for the Magi.
That's exactly what the answer was. I'm not joking.
Parents didn't want to stop it.
Back then, you only had 12 shots, man, unless you upgraded and got the 24-shot roll of film, but that was too expensive, so you got 12 shots, and that's it.
Puck sent down to the corner by the Magi. Offensive zone, it's Thogfent that works it down deep. He goes to the point. Drady sends it in. Wide of the cage of the blocker sign, hoping for the tip was Drady. And the puck's going to be worked back out to center and then all the way down. This should be an icing on the Blue Jays. It is.
You didn't have to live in that era.
I've got some old home movies, though.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, the VHS tape, there's some real gems.
Those aren't old movies. Super 8 film is old movies, Nick. 2
players going to the box on quintessential delay of game calls. On the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard, it's 2-1. Jamestown's on top. 3:24 left here in the first period. Join KMOT TV Sports Director Ben Barr for all your highlights from across the region. KMOT TV, not only your sports leader, your only local news in the Magic City. At 6 and 10 p.m., you can find KMOT TV's local news for Minot. We skate 5-on-5. We're down to 3:15 left. Here's a drive coming in front of the net. That puck turned wide. Now it's Morelli down to the corner. Morelli trying to get on the score sheet here in the tournament. He had the opportunity to score yesterday in the shootout. Thompson's back in. Offensive zone. Here come the Blue Jays. Back to Braxton Jorison. Centering feed. No one home for the Blue Jays. And here come the Magi. Bone break out of his own end. Sent it over to Casey Field on the near wing. Field's going to step in with it. Field's going to be hauled up on the play. And Minot High's getting another power play. Sent in front of the net. No one home. And now Thompson will touch it. And the Magicians get their second man advantage of the game with 2:43 left in the first.
Those penalties came at 13:36 of the period on Minot's Opperud and Jamestown's Mahoney. They were for unsportsmanlike conduct. So I think some potty mouthing going on over there with those two. And now at 14-17, penalty on Jamestown skater. Did not see the number. We stand up here. We could not see the players sitting in the penalty box.
In the box is number
3.
Yep, Connor McLachlan. He's in the box for the 2 minutes. Back on the top of the circle. Here's Murphy, front of the net. Morelli spins it towards the cage. Rebound loose in front of the cage. Fillion puts it in the net, and Fillion scores a goal. They're going to wave this one off.
The net was off again, Nick. The goaltender went down, and the butterfly, his right foot kicked the net. Then Fillion shot it in. And once again, hashtag Marsh Pegs.
Explain what a marsh peg is for anyone at home.
A marsh peg is where the arena floor is built with holes where the goalposts go, and then you drill that hole out every game. You drill the ice out of it, and it's a yellow peg about 8 inches tall that half of it sticks down into the floor, and then the net goes on top of that, and unless the players really crash into it, it's not going to go anywhere. Goalies can't kick it off on purpose. Players can't nudge it off. Just the hard collisions knock it off. This is ridiculous how many times these nets have came off.
2:15 left here in the first period. Ryan Chevy scoreboard reads 2-1. Jamestown's on top. Minute 25. A Minot High second power play remains here in the day. They're 0 for 1. Plemmel scored early in the contest, 22 seconds in. Here's Thongfett from the point, set one in, 2 feet over the cage, and it comes back away down to Thompson. Make that 20 and set. That's Corey Nelson. And Nelson launches this one all the way down the length of the ice. Back to retrieve is Gabe Thongfett in the near side corner. Thongfett's going to spin it back in behind the net and set up shop for the Magi power play. This is a power play that struck twice yesterday to force overtime against Bismarck Century. They were down 2-0 in the final 6 minutes of the game, and Minot High came back to win it in the 7-round shootout. Up to center ice, here come the Magi. They push ahead now. Jaden Luck handles. Here's Luck in over the blue line. 40 seconds on the power play. Luck back to Plemmel, then Luck on the wall. Near side wing at the point. Tice handles. He moves over to Ben Bonebreak. Top of the circle, left wing. Shot it just wide. Rebound taken down underneath the cage with it. This is Jaden Luck that spun it back away over to Isaiah Thongfett. He sent Minot High to the state tournament courtesy of his goal in OT against Mandan. Isaiah's got it again. Drops it back in front. Thongfett missed on the one-timer. Luck had him set up. He was dancing from behind the net. And Thongfett's decision-making just about a second and a half too slow because he had an opportunity to fire the one-timer and he stick-handled one extra time unnecessary. Here's a drive that came in short-handed. Fired up there from Hunter Nelson to the Magi. Goaltender Sortland stopped it. 3-on-2 back the other way into the offensive zone. Both teams full strength. Center slot. Here's Luck that handles. He just takes it down to the corner. He's ridden off on the play, but he still possesses the puck. Now it's taken here by Thompson with a backhand. He launches all the way down, and we have an icing. 23.5 left in the first. Ryan Chevy scoreboard says 2-1 Jamestown.
Magicians are getting some opportunities. They're down there buzzing. Like you said, Thongfett had a wide open net and just didn't shoot the puck in time. Luck had a 3-on-2 and elected to try to go through the hole himself instead of passing it on that one. So they've had some chances down here.
Shots are 12-3 in favor of the Magi, but they trail by a goal. It was Thompson along with Niedau that have scored for Jamestown, two names that are taking the world by storm over on the western side of North Dakota for high school hockey. Thompson's been good for the last 3 years. And now it's Minot that's a freshman that's fourth in the state in scoring. He came in with 52 points. We didn't even have the kids count him down. If they would have gotten to 0, and we end up at 2-1 at the end of one on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. State high school hockey tournament coverage is provided here on the PSP Network by all the sponsors you're about to hear. Without them, we wouldn't be here. We ask that you patronize those places in the Magic City that bring you Minot High Athletics on the PSP Network. We thank them so much. It's been a great year of Minot High hockey. We only have 2 periods left. When we come back, we'll have the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. At the end of one, Jamestown has found a way to score twice on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. They lead 2-1. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
One of the hottest accessories on the market today is custom fit all-weather floor liners. They're the ultimate protection in your vehicle's interior. At Ryan Chevrolet, we have an option you may not have considered yet. The digitally fit GM floor liner. They're tailored to fit your GM vehicle exactly. And here's the shocker. They're less expensive than many aftermarket brands. GM digitally fit all-weather floor liners are an affordable option. You should check them out today at Ryan Chevrolet or shop RyanChevroletMinot.com.
It's time for the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. First International has you covered. Let's go back to the press box for the stats, analysis, and everything else Magi hockey.
Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard says 2-1 Blue Jays at the end of one period played. First 5 minutes of that one were about as entertaining as it gets. Minot and Jamestown in a dogfight to this All-West Consolation Championship round here today. Nick Holberg alongside of Mr. Larry McFall. By the way, Prairie Grit Adaptive Sports is hosting their first annual Sled Hockey Classic April 17th through 19th at the Mesa Arena. Youth and adult divisions, the Sled Hockey Classic is free to attend. Don't miss the Prairie Grit Adaptive Sports Sled Hockey Classic. Larry, your thoughts on that first period of play? Boy, the first 5 minutes were certainly entertaining.
Yeah, well, the whole period was entertaining hockey for me. These teams came to play sometimes through the years, and I've been to a lot of these tournaments. You just don't know how the fifth place game's going to turn out. Are they going to play quick, get the 2 hours over and go home? Are they even going to try? Well, both of these teams came with their game faces on, and it's very enjoyable first period of play. Both teams up and down the ice. Minot with a lot of scoring chances. Jamestown with 2 sweet goals that Trey Sortland had no chance to stop. So it was very exciting, and it looks like I'm ready for the next 2 periods. I think it's going to be awesome.
If you can, will you give us a recap of the scoring after 1 period of play?
Sure can. Jack Plemmel started it early at 22 seconds to make it 1-0 Magicians, and then within the next 3.5 minutes, Jamestown wrote the book on 2-on-1 conversions as Nolan Nenau buried a beautiful pass by Hunter Nelson to tie it up at 1:58, and then at 3:37, Jace Thompson, almost exactly the same thing from Hunter Nelson, made it 2-1 for Jamestown. Penalties in the period, 3 on Jamestown, 1 on Minot, so 6 minutes on the Blue Jays and only 2 minutes of penalties on the Magicians. Quality scoring chances favored Minot 7-3, and goaltender saves. Trey Sortland was credited for 1 save. Really? That can't be right. 1 save out of 3 shots for Sortland, according to the scorekeepers, and 12 saves out of 13 shots for Riley Gerhardt. So that gets us to the point we're at right now, 2-1 for Jamestown. Over on the girls' side next door, as the Majettes are playing Devil's Lake for 3rd place, which would be a super finish of the year for Minot. Minot now scored 2 goals early in the 3rd period and leads it 3-1. Abby Tallman scored in the 1st period from Copen Acquire. Ellie Black got Devil's Lake even from Abby Rule and Vivian Kraft. But now in the 3rd period, Abby Tallman again from Cope again, and O'Malley Esslinger to make it 2-1. And then Brenna Abrahamson from Madison Knudsen and Carson Abrahamson made the score 3-1. 2 penalties on both teams in that one. And right now, Molly Black, goaltender saves. Going into the 3rd period, she had stopped 26 of 27. Amber Borkus had stopped 7 of 8 in that one. I'm going to refresh it one more time. Nope, I'm still at 8:24 remaining in the 3rd period.
Well, this is the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. First International Bank and Trust has been serving the Magic City proudly for many, many years. First International Bank and Trust is a proud member of the Minot community. We stay true to our values by encouraging our staff to spend more time with family. By doing so, we spend more moments living in the moment. Member FDIC, live first. When we come back to our First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report, we'll take a look at the 3rd place and championship matchups tonight for boys high school hockey. We'll talk about Bismarck and the girls' side. They're going to play Davies to see if they can get their 6th straight state title. My goodness. Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard reads 2-1 at the end of 1. Jamestown's on top. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Custom fit all-weather floor liners. They're the ultimate protection in your vehicle's interior. At Ryan Chevrolet, we have an option you may not have considered yet. The digitally fit GM floor liner. They're tailored to fit your GM vehicle exactly. And here's the shocker. They're less expensive than many aftermarket brands. GM digitally fit all-weather floor liners are an affordable option. You should check them out today at Ryan Chevrolet or shop RyanChevroletMinot.com.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knott. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Minot Hockey Boosters has one mission: to inspire teamwork, pride, and life lessons in the lives of all our members. Hockey is more than a sport, it's a way of life. The benefits of playing hockey from a young age last a lifetime. Visit MinotHockey.com for more information or to get signed up in the Learn to Play program today. Minot Hockey Boosters. The strength of the pack is the wolf. The strength of the wolf is the pack.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. Watch out for flying pucks and the Zamboni. Let's go back to the press box with Nick Holberg and Larry McFall.
Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard says 2-1 Jamestown, courtesy of goals on the day from Nolan Nienow and Jace Thompson. 53 points now for Nienow, 47 for Thompson. Thompson's only a junior. Nienow is a freshman. This is a Jamestown team that is going to be in contention for a region title next year. Goaltending is going to be their big question mark. Nick Holberg alongside of Larry McFall here for the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. Larry, the semifinals tonight. The semifinals last night, the boys high school hockey were probably the most entertaining we've maybe ever seen. Both games needed overtime, and multiple overtimes were needed in the first one. Your thoughts on South and Grand Forks Red River making it to the state championship game here tonight?
Well, those games last night were just unbelievable. Fargo South and Fargo Davies. Davies was just getting ready to pull their goaltender to try to tie it up. It must have been about $1:40 left in the game, and a big goal by Davies tied it up. And then so they didn't have to pull the goalie, and they went on to go into overtime. It was just an awesome hockey game. Fargo South had one goal disallowed that sent the place in a tizzy as the puck was kicked in. But when they got going again, Fargo South scored and won that game, but it was incredible. And then the Battle of Grand Forks, Red River and Central was the same way. Just a great game, 3-3 late, goes into overtime. Both teams had chances, and Red River pulls that out in overtime. That Fargo South Davies game was triple overtime, and those two teams square off tonight at 7 p.m. for the championship. Davies and Grand Forks Central will play right before the girls' championship game. They'll play after the girls' third place game, and then they'll bring out the girls' championship game. That'll be Davies and Bismarck, tentatively scheduled at about 4:30. Immediately following this game, West Fargo plays Fargo in the girls' fifth place game. And right now, the third place battle has been waging next door.
It's over. 4-1's the final.
Yeah, I see that now. It's over. O'Malley Esslinger gets a goal at 16:57. It was an empty net goal. So goals today, 2 for Tolman, 1 for Brenna Abrahamson, 1 for O'Malley Esslinger. They outshot Devils Lake 38-11. Amber Borkus with 10 saves in that. And a third place finish at the state tournament for the girls. Congratulations to Stokey, Sandvold, and Love, the 3 coaches of that squad, and everyone concerned, the parents, the kids. What a great day to smile over Minot Majet hockey.
Yeah, Minot High gets the win over there. They take third place for the first time ever. They never even got through the semifinals or to the semifinal round in 18 years that they've been coming to the state tournament since it's been sanctioned. Second period is next on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. It's 2-1. Jamestown on top of the Magi. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Market today is custom custom fit all-weather floor liners. They're the ultimate protection in your vehicle's interior. At Ryan Chevrolet, we have an option you may not have considered yet. The digitally fit GM floor liner. They're tailored to fit your GM vehicle exactly. And here's the shocker. They're less expensive than many aftermarket brands. GM digitally fit all-weather floor liners are an affordable option. You should check them out today at Ryan Chevrolet or shop RyanChevroletMinot.com.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. They travel together, but in separate vehicles. The voices of Magi Hockey. Here's Nick Holberg and Larry McFall.
Both teams come running back out onto the ice for our second period of the Consolation Championship. Minot High trailing 2-1 to Jamestown. The Blue Jays, courtesy of 2 goals in the first, one from Nolan Nenau. That was his 28th goal of the year. The freshman has 53 points. The junior, Jace Thompson, now has 47. He picked up the second of the game. That was his 15th of the year. It was Jack Plemmel for Minot High that scored, and Plemmel has a team-high 17 goals on the year, 24 points. Now we're set for the second, and we are underway. Minot High will travel from the right to the left for the middle frame, left to the right for the Blue Jays from Jamestown as it's dumped in on the blocker's side of Riley Gerhardt. And we're underway as it's going to be handled here by the Blue Jays back in their own territory. There's a scrum on the near side wall for it. And out with the puck come the Blue Jays up to center ice. And they're going to carry it into Minot High territory. Larry, do you have a game plan in mind for Minot High if they want to come out with a lead after the second?
They're just going to keep doing what they're doing, and just the puck's got to go in the net. I mean, they were all over him. They had some good chances on Gerhardt. They just have to take advantage of those when they get them. So just keep hustling, and good things will come usually when you're working hard.
Face-off's going to be on the glove side of Trey Sortland. In All-West Region selection here in his junior year. He split time last year with Odin Nelson as a sophomore. Nelson was the senior starter for Minot High. He finished number 9 in all of the state of North Dakota for goaltender performances and numbers when it was all said and done. Morelli's in over the line, sends it in on Gerhardt. Big rebound in front of the goaltender. Nobody home for the Magi, and here come the Blue Jays back up to center, but it's taken by Thogfett here, and Thogfett works it back over to Bonebreak. Bonebreak into the offensive zone with Morelli, top of the circle. He turns it towards the net. Puck is knocked down, and then it's pushed out to center here by the Blue Jays, and on the retrieve for Minot High back in their own territory is Thogfett, who moved it back away now to Bonebreak. Bonebreak's up through center with it. He sent it over the stripe, and now Casey Fields in on the offensive side. Luck in the corner, sent it in front to Field, and Fields hauled down. The third power play of the day comes out for the Magi.
Magicians working the puck well there. Field cut out in and got a nice pass right on the doorstep. He got pulled down while he was doing it. Gerhardt did make the save, but the Magicians are going to go on the power play now as that penalty comes at the 1 minute, 18-second mark. Face-off will be to the left to Gerhardt, and already at this stage of the game, Nick, a huge power play for the Magicians.
Well, their third one of the hockey game. Jacoby Knowles in the box on the 2-minute tripping call. With the puck is Operud at the point, sends it in, tipped in front, loose in front of the paint, no one home for the Magi. Operud holds it in at the line with the glove, and it's going to be worked over again. And another power play coming. Minot High is going to go on a 5-on-3 advantage here with 15:26 left in the second. They're down by a goal. What an opportunity.
I don't mean to be yelling, but I don't know if we're going over the error or not. Aiden Morelli right in front of us coming across the blue line. Got tea-kettled upside down by a trip. And now the Magicians are going to have a 2-man advantage for a minute 44 as the Jamestown player heads to the box. That was skater number 12 getting rung up with that penalty.
Into the box, that's Jace Thompson, one of the best for the Blue Jays. Minot High fans come alive. Murphy's at the point. He's going to work it across. Now Oprud. Here's Oprud on the far side wing. Top of the circle near side. Back over to the far. Oprud. He has the lane. He doesn't shoot it. He just drops it down to the corner for Morelli. This kid can bury the puck. He moves it back up to the point where Oprud's got it. Sends it back over now to Murphy. Murphy down to the corner. Sends it across from Philly and no one home for the Magi. Puck's taken here by Oprud at the line. A drive. That one stopped by Gerhardt. And now the Blue Jays send it all the way down. 1 minute remains on the 5-on-3. Here comes Oprud with a head of steam up through center. Oprud's in over the Minot High offensive line. Hits the brakes there. Has the man on top of him. That's Corey Nelson. Top of the circle. Oprud works it back over. Now it's handled by Murphy. He'll step in with it. Murphy across Oprud. Down low. Here's a drive. Save Gerhardt. Big juicy rebound. No one home for the Magi. Plemmel far side wall. He's got 35 on the 5-on-3 power play. It's Morelli from the corner, back up, top of the point. Oprud scores! Top shelf! Oh, that was a howitzer! And Riley Oprud put it into the top corner, right where Grandma keeps the cookies. His 22nd point of the year. We're tied.
Boy, that was a great shot from the point. And what I like the Magicians are doing is they're starting to shoot. Yeah, granted that was a power play, but you got to shoot the puck, and Oprud did. That was a rocket. Like Nick said, it just picked the corner. And that goal comes at 2 minutes and 49 seconds here of period number 2. And the Magicians will still have a 45-second power play on that second penalty.
What a shot from Riley Oprud. He put that one into the top shelf. That was a boomer from Riley Oprud. Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard says 2-2. We still have some power play time. Not now. There's a penalty called on Jack Plemmel. He's going to the box on a tripping. Make it Luck to the box.
Yep, Luck's going to head into the box. That's going to be at the 3:06 mark. I like the organ there that they're playing when they announce stuff. A good touch here at the Farmers Union Insurance Center having the recorded organ.
Yeah, they've done a nice job with the tournament here in Fargo. They always do. The media guy that's in the box today playing the tunes and called the game down from the penalty box. He's doing a fantastic job putting an extra level of energy into this venue here today. We're 4-on-4 for the next 16 seconds as with the puck is Thongfett back in his own territory. Bumped it around to his partner, Bonebrake, and Bonebrake's going to start the rush to center. Hail Mary pass hit the linesman at center ice, so back with the puck in his own territory, trying to move it ahead forward. That was Jorson. He was upended by the stick affiliate, and now with the puck, it's going to be sent down by the Blue Jays. They fired all the way down, tried to feed it to Thompson. That's going to be an icing on Jamestown.
So they've got 1:25 to work with here on the power play. If you're just tuning in, 13-19 remains here in period number 2. And the Magicians and the Blue Jays knotted at 2 in a very enjoyable to view hockey game here today.
Yeah, this one's been worth the price of admission. 2-2 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. Off the draw in the Jamestown zone. The puck is won back here to Tommy Falk. He's been around for a while. 30 points for him here in this season for the Blue Jays. Puck's at the blue line for Tice, and Tice spins it back up to neutral. Morelli shorthanded, had it momentarily at center ice. Minot High causing trouble for the Jamestown power play. Puck's on the near side wing, flipped in on Gerhardt. He goes to the pillows and just leaves it aside the net. Puck is picked up by Falk. And here comes the captain of the Blue Jays up to center. He's in over the Minot High stripe, left wing, takes it down to the corner. Sent it in front, no one home. Puck comes back up to the top of the circle, and Hauser will just launch that one all the way down where Gerhardt's out of the net to play it.
43 seconds left now on the power play.
Congratulations to the Minot High Girls Magents Hockey Club. They take third at the state tournament here today. Fantastic win for them. Nets off the moorings as Sortland made the stop.
Yeah, that's phenomenal for that program to finally get here again and winning that first round game, and then a tough loss, but they didn't give up. Pulled the goaltender Borkus twice and scored 2 goals yesterday to cut it to 1 before they finally succumbed to Bismarck. And then to go out today and throw that many shots on Devils Lake's goalie to pull that game out, awesome effort.
We had the call to PSP Network about a month ago. Minot High played Devils Lake, and it was a Devils Lake team that took it to the Magents that day at the Mesa Arena. They get sweet revenge and a third-place trophy to show for it here today. Puck's down to the corner. 10 seconds remains of the Blue Jays' first power play of the hockey game. Puck on the near side, top of the circle. Out with it, it's going to be worked away there from Hunter Nelson, taken away by Plemmel. And Plemmel brings the rush back up to center. Minot High's full strength as Luck's out of the box. Plemmel down to the corner. He had the first goal of the day for the Magi. Wraparound shot came in. Gerhardt had the stick on the ice like Eddie Belfour. He made the save. 11:40 left here in the second period. Still 2-2 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. Puck comes out in front of Sortland. It's going to be pushed back to center. On the retrieve for the Magi was Plemmel. We've got a call on the play. And another power play coming. Jace Thompson to the box again. And the Magicians have 5 power plays now on the day. They've scored on one of them.
Yeah, Jace Thompson's in the box. Jamestown fans not happy with that call. That comes at 5:27 here of period number 2. And another power play for the Magicians. Face-off will come to the left of Gerhardt. Looks like Luck is moving in to take the draw.
Ryan Chevy scoreboard says 2-2. On the draw, comes back up to the point. It's handled here by Operud. Operud sends it in. He had the game's most recent goal. He put one on the top shelf, a howitzer that hit the elbow of the bar. Operud picked up point number 22 on the year with that slap shot from the line.
That was another unsportsmanlike conduct call also, Nick.
Puck saddled here by the Magicians. Down from Zach Deal up top to Operud. Operud to the backhand, spins it over to Deal with ease, sends it in front, trying to feed it to Morelli. Down and deep it comes now where Fillion brings it back to the top of the circle. Blocker side, skates across the blue line, over to the glove side, down to the corner. Fillion back in behind the net. His dad's one of the best ever to play for the Magicians. He's in the tournament program with the most points in the tournament. He scored 12 in 92. A year later, Tom Fillion was named Mr. Hockey for Minot High School, only the 4th player in the West Region, or 3rd player out of the West Region to ever receive that award at that time. Shot came in from Deal. Gerhardt went to the pillows. He made the save.
Yeah, Gerhardt's one of the quickest goalies I've seen at closing that 5-hole up. And he went down on the pillows and did just that here with 10:34 remaining in the second period of play. 1:01 left on the penalty to Thompson, and that is his second unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Shot came in from the point from Thogfen. It was stopped by Gerhardt. He's had a workout here today. He's seen 18. Minot High's put it past him twice. Thogfen's at the point. Sent it across the blue line to Bonebreak, and Thogfen coughed it up. The Magi have to reset back at center. Down to 40 seconds of power play time, and the D-men for the Magi having a hard time getting the puck into the offensive zone. Jamestown recovered the puck, and they sent it all the way down in behind Trey Sortland. Up to center from Bonebreak. Puck is going to be taken by Luck. Cross-ice feed over to Thogfen. He skates it down into the zone. Thogfen's down to the corner. Gerhardt there waiting for it now on the blocker side as Luck handles here. Team's point leader works it back up to Bonebreak. He thinks about it from the line. Waited too long to let it go, and it hit the pads of Tommy Falk at the point. Puck worked around to the near side wing. Luck's got it again. 2-2 hockey game. It's a dogfight here this afternoon for 5th place. Thompson's going to be coming out of the box. Jamestown's at full strength. We're at 9:30 left here in the second, halfway through the hockey game, and we're right where we started, 2-2. Icing on the Magicians. Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard says 2-2. 9:24 left, and this is a good one here today.
Yeah, that was a big opportunity for the Magicians to take the lead there if they could have got some shots. I think they only got about 1 shot on that power play. Jamestown keeps on handing it. Stockert's got to be going crazy with his players taking all these unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
Ninow fired one up over the head of Sortland on the glove side. We're down to 9:15 to play in the second. In the center, here comes Isaiah Thogfen. He's in. Thogfen onto the backhand. Sends it in front. Oh, Gerhardt came across and made an excellent stop with the stick. Now Gerhardt went down to stop the play. His D-man took it from him. That was Jorison. They clear it out to center. It works as it's going to be taken up over neutral ice. Hunter Nelson was ridden off the play there. Puck freed back down to Riley Operud. There's a crowd that has gathered here at the Farmers Union sheet of ice at the Shields Arena with the Minot High girls game just getting done. This venue's starting to fill up, and there's standing room on the bottom of the arena all the way around the glass. And this place is just about at capacity. Puck is handled by the Blue Jays. Plenty of real estate here as Minot High went off for a change. Up to center with it. It's Jorison. He had the puck stripped from him from Jack Plemmel. Man, this kid's been good at tournament time. You got to give Jack Plemmel all the credit in the world. He's got a goal here tonight. He scored the first round of the tournament as well. Puck is sent all the way down and on the retrieve. This is going to be Nelson in the foot race back with Tice. Nelson wins it. He sent it towards the front of the cage, hit traffic, and it's going to be picked up by the Magicians in their own territory with Nick Murphy. Here's Nick Murphy up to center. 8:05 left in the second period. 2-2 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. Murphy hit the brakes on the far wing. Back at the point. Handled by Drady. He fires on, and Gerhardt makes the stop. Hey, don't forget, RyanChevrolet.com is the place. RyanChevroletMinot.com. I apologize. RyanChevroletMinot.com. Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard brings you this 2-2 score right now. And if you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, RyanChevroletMinot.com can help you browse to see what your next ride will be. Here's a drive coming. Philly inside of the net. Put it on. Gerhardt stopped him twice. Puck's taken down by the Blue Jays. They try to work it up the near wing and clear their own zone. Minot High has taken it to them here today. 21-6 are the shots. It's a 2-2 contest with 7:37 left in the second. Puck is tied up on the wall. Fillions out with it. Turns it towards the net. Waffle board save. Rebound back in front of the cage. Philly inside of the net. Gerhardt, he's in the splits. He's got it underneath him. And Riley Gerhardt comes up big to keep it. Deuces on the board.
Boy, Fillion is just in the blue paint, just digging away. And Gerhardt, I think, made 3 saves there. The last one with the outstretched pad. Man, oh man, is this kid good. He keeps straight to the shooter. Great save by Gerhardt.
Bucks at the point. Riley Oprud's got it again. He's going to work it down to the corner to Jane Locke. Sent in front to Morelli. He couldn't pull the trigger. Gerhardt's been good for the last 2 years as a junior. Gerhardt turned in some pretty fantastic numbers. Puck's on the side of the net, so it's frozen. Gerhardt in his junior year, Larry, went 8-12, so they weren't very good. They didn't qualify for the state tournament. Jamestown was a team that took 4th after the regular season dust settled. Gerhardt turned in a 91.4 save percentage and a 3.61 goals against average last year as a junior. I thought he was going to be in the conversation for the region player of the year. He wasn't. Puck's back in behind the net of Gerhardt. With it now, this is Luck that's got it here. Luck's going to break it back up to the point. Handling now is Thogfett at the line in front of the Minot High bench. Sent down underneath the net to Casey Field. Hopped over his stick. Oprud's down to pinch. It's tied up at the half wall. Puck's taken here by the Blue Jays. They're going to try to clear. They work it up to center. Soccered forward and in on the foot race. This is Tommy Falk that comes in on Morelli. Morelli spun him off the play. Then it was Thogfett that disrupted the party in front of the net, but the Blue Jays have it back. We're down to 6:33 left here in the second period. Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard reads 2-2. Minot High has not seen the action at their end of the ice much in this hockey game. Thogfett moves it ahead forward. Hail Mary pass with the backhand. Pitchforked it down. Tried to send it over to Casey Field. Look out. Puck's up into the seats. And a Souvenir finds a fan with 6:15 left in the second. Ryan Chevy scoreboard still says 2-2.
Yeah, the Magicians have been doing a good job now keeping the play down in the Jamestown end. Very limited time for the Blue Jays in the Magician zone. And that's the forechecking and the back checking of the Magicians that's getting that done today.
If you're buying or selling a home, let 701 Realty's Andrew McKenna Goodman make your experience a positive one. Visit them online at 701realty.com. Deal had the opportunity that he sent up and over the head of Gerhardt. Puck's down underneath the net now. It's worked to the left wing offensive zone. Bone break, sent one in. Tried to put a tricky one in on Gerhardt, but he made the stop. 5:55 left in the second. Still 2-2.
Yeah, no traffic in front of the net for the Magicians on that blue line shot. You got to go to the net. You got to help the shooter out a little bit by distracting and getting in front of Gerhardt and rattling his cage a little bit.
Puck's down underneath the net. Zach Deal's got it here for the Magi. It's going to be taken away by Jace Thompson. Sorry, that's 23. Instead, that's Jorson. He worked it up to center, and it's fired right back in by the Magi and Operud. 5:38 to tick away in the second. Out of the corner, Deal's got it. Hits the brakes, side of the net. Brought it back to the point. Operud thought about unloading a howitzer. Now he just moves it back into the near wing. And it's Bone Break and a foot race out with Thompson. Bone Break wins it, and Bone Break's back in. Here's Ben Bonebreak, left side, turns it on. Gerhardt onto the pillows. He saw it all the way and made the save.
Nice play by Bonebreak. If he doesn't get that puck there, that's going the other way all the way down. And then without much support after that play, he takes it on in and gets a pretty good shot on goal. But Gerhardt once again comes up with the glove and makes his 23rd save of the game. 5:19 remaining, period 2.
These two teams played in Jamestown this year, and Jamestown ended up on the losing end of a 6-5 Minot High victory. That was a great hockey game, and today has not disappointed. More of the same. Handled down by Nick Murphy, offensive zone, bottom of the circle over to Fillion. From Gretzky's office, worked it back up. Thongfed had to control a bouncing puck at the line, sent it to Tice. Tice might be one of the most underrated players for the Magi in the blue line this year. He coughed it up there, however. The puck's taken by Tommy Folk up to center. Walking in with it, this is Corey Nelson, taken away by Fillion on the excellent back check from Minot High. Under 5 to play in the second. Magi trying to push up to center. Puck's going to be taken by Tice, far side corner, D-zone. Sent it up off the glass at that center ice. It's recovered here by McLachlan. He moves it ahead forward, and with it will be Isaiah Thongfed up to center. On the near side wing, neutral zone, Corey Nelson chipped that one back into the offensive zone for the Blue Jays. They're tired. They need a change. We're down to 4:20 left in the second. Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard says 2-2. Blue Jays push in from center. Tice on the retrieve. On the right wing, sends it up to center ice. Bouncer rolls back into the possession of the Blue Jays and McLachlan. He sends it all the way down into the Minot High corner on the glove side of Sortland, where Thongfed's back. He lost an edge, frees it for Folk. And now Folk's got it in the corner. I'm sorry, that's 9 Mahoney. Mahoney's down low, fighting forward for the Blue Jays. Puck is going to be tied up in our blind spot due to the Jamestown student section, but with it come the Blue Jays. Nets off again. And another stop of the play with 3:46 left here in the second. Ryan Chevy scoreboard says 2-2.
The Blue Jays finally have the puck down in the Minot end now, and they're trying to get something done, but once again, the Magician defense doing a real good job of blocking off that slot from face-off dot to face-off dot. They've got that covered, and the Blue Jays are having a hard time getting right in front of Sortland to get a better quality shot.
Puck off the draw is one over to Bone Break. He's going to try to clear the zone for the Magi. He can't. Held in there. Puck's going to be taken down by Morelli. He pushes out to center, and it comes back to Jaden Luck. In over the stripe is Morelli after he got it back, but it's taken by the Blue Jays, and McLachlan just fires it all the way down again. It's an icing. 3:23 left here. 3:27 left here in the second. 2-2 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. And don't forget, the Prairie Grit Adaptive Sports Sled Hockey Classic is coming to the Magic City on the 17th through 19th of April at the Mesa Arena. It's free to attend. The Sled Hockey Classic is going to be a great time in the Magic City. We hope you come on out for that great event. Brought to you by Prairie Grit Adaptive Sports.
Gotta love the Oregon.
Off the draw on the glove side of Gerhardt. Puck is pushed to center here by the Blue Jays. Matt Stockert, the head coach of Jamestown, has been around for quite a while. His team almost has an opportunity to take the lead, but the puck went off the waffle board of the goaltender Trey Sortland and out of play.
That kind of materialized in slow motion that time, and nobody took him, and he came right on in and got a 5-foot wristy on Sortland that he makes the blocker save and sends it into the netting. For a second there, the Magicians just kind of fell asleep on that defensive play.
Matt Stockert in his 15th year as the head coach. Here's a drive in front of the net. Still loose. Another drive. Sortland made a save. Rebound in front. Still a scrum forward. Puck's taken here by the Magi. They clear momentarily. Opera there to help out. Thompson's got it back. Loose in the blue paint again. Oh, they scored. Jamestown's on the board again. They made it 3-2.
Boy, they just battled and battled and battled in front of Sortland. Sortland made one save where the puck bounced right straight up in the air in front of him, landed down in front of the blue paint. There was legs, there was bodies. Finally, that gets chipped in. That's only the 11th shot of the game for Jamestown, but they've made 3 of them count, and it's 3-2 with 2:54 remaining.
Guess who? Nolan Nenau, the freshman, I believe, is going to get credit. We'll listen in a minute. Jamestown's going to bring it back in to Minot High territory. Puck sent into the corner. Megan McLaughlin unassisted. Sortland has his bucket knocked off as there's a scrum in front of the net. And a stop of the plate. 2:35 left in the second. Ryan Chevy scoreboard says 3-2.
Net came off again as well. The player crashed into Sortland.
Well, they give the credit on the goal to McLaughlin. That's number 3, not 13. I'm almost positive that it was Nolan Nenow that got his second to the game. He's the one that came out of that huddle first. Puck is taken here by the Blue Jays at center ice. Regardless, it's a Jamestown goal and a Jamestown lead here with 2:26 left in the middle frame. In on Sortland, he's made the stop, and Trey hangs on to it. You know, Trey Sortland's been a guy that all year long we have given all the credit in the world to. He's an All-West Region player. He's a player that's been fantastic. He has not been very good at the state high school hockey tournament. And unfortunately for Trey, that opening game, he didn't see the whole contest because they took him out after that first period. And today he doesn't have the goals against average he's looking for either. Philly, other end of the ice, wraps it around. Stop is made by Gerhardt on the excellent attempt to the wraparound opportunity from Peyton Fillion. Fillion bidding for his 18th point of the year. Puck is flipped up and rolled all the way down, in on the glove side of Trey Sortland. And there's an icing with 1:55 left in the second. 3-2 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. Jamestown on top. As saying with Trey Sortland, again, don't take any of that the wrong way. I mean, this kid's the real deal. At the state tournament, he just has given up some goals on not a whole lot of shots. 3 on 12 is not the number that I guarantee you Trey's going to say the same thing. I know that he wants to stop more than 9 of 12 in this contest here today. Puck is taken here by the Minot High Magicians. Back underneath the net. Blockers side of Gerhardt. There's a scrum forward down low. Puck's going to be flipped up to center. Minot High fans starting to come to volume. It's back on the retrieve in his own territory. On the right wing, that's Opperud. Sent it up to center. With it now comes Casey Field into the offensive zone. Field hand up on the far side while he was taken to the ice. We're down to 1:25 left here in this second period. Well, they sound loud on the radio, the student section for Minot High, but there's only about 10 of them here that are making plenty of noise. Jamestown back in with it. Here's a drive off the glove of Sortland. That one went to the corner. And on the retrieve is Luck, who sent it to bone break. We're approaching the 1 minute mark here in the second period. Here comes the 1 minute call right about now.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute.
Thank you. Puck's going to be taken at the point. Slap shot in on Sortland. He stopped it with the stick and then gobbled it up with the glove. He hangs onto it.
Minot's lost all the momentum now after that last goal here with 53.6 seconds remaining in the first. They got to have a good last minute here. Try to get a couple more chances on Gerhardt because the momentum balloon is burst. And Jamestown is flying high now with a 3-2 lead.
Ryan Chevy scoreboard says that same thing right there. I believe it's Nenow that's got 2. Thompson has 1. They gave McLaughlin the credit on the second goal. We'll get the official. They might change it. If not, nevertheless, it's still 3-2. Plemmel tried to clear it out of his own end. Can't. Now he's got it back, and Plemmel's got the burners off. Minot High into the offensive territory. 3 on 2. Here's Plemmel. Side of the net. Takes it down underneath the cage. He lost a handle on it momentarily. He's going to scrum forward down and deep. Under 20 seconds approaching here in the second, right about now. And Minot High trying to get the game tired before we go to the room for the third. Puck taken here. Kids get ready to count him down. We're at 13 seconds. Puck's in the corner, back up to the top of the circle. Count him down, kids. 8, 7, 6. Blue Jays trying to clear it out at the point. Tice holds it, comes away to Plemmel near side. One more shot coming. Plemmel fires in, and Gerhardt went to the pillows. He made the save. And at the end of the second on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard, it reads 3-2. Jamestown's on top. This has been a dogfight here this afternoon. Don't go anywhere. We've got Bob Gillett from North Dakota High School Hockey.com that will join us on the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. We'll come back. Larry will have all of the recap and the numbers from the second and the first. State tournament coverage on the PSP Network and at 1390 KRRZ of North Dakota High School Hockey. This has been a great one here today for 5th place. Jamestown on top on the Ryan Chevy scoreboard, 3-2. First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report is next. This is Magi Hockey.
Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
Skates in, turns, he scored! Opperud sent it to the top shelf. He skates right to the Bismarck student section. Says, how do you...
First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. First International has you covered. Let's go back to the press box for the stats, analysis, and everything else Magi hockey.
It's the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. We're now joined by a special guest. It's Bob Gillen, the manager of the Mesa Arena back in Minot, to NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com. First of all, Bob, thanks for some time here on the final day of the State High School Hockey Tournament.
Yes, it quickly has come to an end, and at about 9:30 tonight, the season will be over, and it seems like it just started, but here we are, and it's going to be an exciting day of hockey, both boys and girls.
We did a preview show on Wednesday night heading into the State High School Hockey Tournament. We talked about the parity. We talked about how good the East is. We talked about the West being down a bit, but the parity was the key word that we kept saying across the board. Touch on yesterday a little bit and all your time with North Dakota High School Hockey, from the time that you were a player all the way until now. In your mind, is that the best tournament, second round day you've ever seen?
I'm trying to look back and remember, but I think, we kind of knew how the first day was going to go on the boys' side anyways, maybe not the lopsidedness of the scores, but, the outcomes. Yesterday, we knew at least on the boys' side, those two semifinals were going to be dogfights, and they were, and even more so. And you hated to see a team lose, and both games I wanted to just keep going and going and going because they didn't want anyone to lose, and it was so fun to watch, and the crowds were electric, and so that was good. But yeah, I just can't remember, having two overtimes like that in a semifinals. And then on the girls' side, I mean, look, Minot, look at them. I'm not just saying that because I'm from Minot. To get out of the first round finally, and then to down 4-1 against Bismarck late, you're kind of like, well, at least we got to the semis and we got third place, and they came back and made it a game. And Devils Lake with their two-line team and their star goalie Molly Black again, made a push against Davies, and after a 4 overtime game the day before, who would have thought that with 2 lines that they could do that. So yeah, it's just been fantastic, and I'm expecting some more good games today.
I don't want to handcuff you with this question, but do you have any insight on the shootout rule when that was in place in North Dakota High School Hockey? Were you surprised yesterday to see the shootout, or were you already on that, knowing that would be the solution yesterday and loser outplay for Minot and Bismarck Century? I
was actually quite surprised. Obviously, I was on the other side, camped out, so I was not over here when for the live part of the game. But Nick, when I heard the result, I was quite shocked. I didn't know that. And usually I get a lot of the insight, being with the position I'm in, and I was not aware of that at all. And so I was kind of surprised. And I'm not going to say the coach, but I ran into a long-term coach, I guess. It's been around a while that's in this tournament, and asked him if he knew about it, because he was asking about how the games were going, and he hadn't heard about it either, which kind of concerned me a little bit. But I guess I'm not going to put my 2 cents into it, because I can see where they're coming from. With games can, like I said, that girls' game can go another 45 minutes to an hour and throw things off schedule, especially with TV. But at the same time, you're at a state tournament, and these kids work hard to get here, and you hate to have a loser-out game determined on a shootout.
Have you heard at all, Bob, what the attendance numbers have been overall on a tournament side on the back end? Have you heard how things have gone here at the Shields Arena? Sure seems to be a well-run operation here.
Yeah, Todd Olson, just asked him what he thought, and he said he's surprised, I guess, with kind of how the crowds have been. Even the first day, I thought they filled in pretty nicely, especially the second session. And over here at Farmers Union, there's limited seats, but when it's packed, it's packed. And in that Devils Lake Grand Forks 4 overtime game, everyone was kind of filtering their way over here from the other side, and you can even 4 rows deep up here on the Barstool row, and that's what you want. That's what makes it exciting. It's loud in this rink, and then of course over there. Even last night when the 2 Fargo teams got done, a good part of them left, but there's a good part that stayed, and it still was a good crowd for 2 Grand Forks teams being in a Fargo arena. So yeah, I think the crowds have been pretty good, and now we're going to be going back to Grand Forks in the next 2 years.
NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com is a website you started over 20 years ago. Bob, for anyone that doesn't know, you want to touch on why you did that and why you put so much time into that website that saves so many people on the broadcast and media side and the scouting and top to bottom. Where did that idea come from? Why do you do what you do? And first of all, thanks for what you do, and why do you do it?
Well, it was back in 1999 when I was done coaching in Hazen. I've talked before, and I moved to Grand Forks as the hockey director, and I wanted to stay involved with high school hockey. And it's at that time, websites and internet was just kind of getting started. And I was doing the standings back when I was coaching. And I was faxing score sheets to the news outlets and TV stations and coaches, and they put a little bit of that in the paper, and that's all you would get. And I have to give the credit to Dean Wilson, longtime Fargo South hockey coach, and he's doing color now for the state tournament here. He talked to me and said, hey, if you're doing this, he goes, why don't you keep doing this when you're done coaching back in Grand Forks? And then websites were kind of getting going, and I just said, you know what, we need to promote our players, and there's got to be a way that people can see state scoring. They put the basketball stuff in, they put the volleyball, they don't put hockey. And so it worked out where it's taken off. And then in 2007 I had a group come in, and they took my old website and built me a brand new one, and took a 45-minute per game sheet time to now about 3 minutes, and does all the computing for me. But it's like you said, we talked the other day at WDA, and I get 750,000 hits this last season over 4 months. Get a lot of repeat customers, but it's getting utilized, and I know how you use it, and I know how Ryan Cunningham uses it, and I was hearing some people on press row that were going to it that I don't even know who they are, where they're from, and I know the coaches and kids love having it, and it's just, again, it was utilized for everyone that can use it and take ownership of it, and I'm happy the way it's turned out, and I just enjoy doing it. I've been a stat guy all my life, and it keeps me with the game and keeps me with the coaches and people like you, and it just really makes my winters go by quick, and as long as they're willing to let me do it and I'm still healthy enough to do it, I plan to continue.
We thank you on behalf of the entire hockey community in the state of North Dakota for what that's done for the advancement of our players and the help with media and just promoting the game. Thank you, genuinely. It's fantastic, and we thank you for your time here today and everything you do. Hardest working guy at the state tournament. I see you here when the lights go off and the lights come on in the morning, so we sure appreciate you, Bob.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could stay around and help them clean and make a few dollars. And I think it was about 12:30 I finally got out of here. But no, thank you for all you do. Thanks for having me on, and before you know it, it'll be November and we'll be off and rolling again.
That's Bob Gillen from North Dakota High School Hockey and the manager of the Mesa Arena. We thank him for everything he does. When we come back to our first International Bank and Trust Intermission Report, we'll look at the scoring. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
On the market today is custom fit all-weather floor liners. They're the ultimate protection in your vehicle's interior. At Ryan Chevrolet, we have an option you may not have considered yet: the digitally fit GM floor liner. They're tailored to fit your GM vehicle exactly. And here's the shocker: they're less expensive than many aftermarket brands. GM digitally fit all-weather floor liners are an affordable option. You should check them out today at Ryan Chevrolet or shop RyanChevroletMinot.com.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knott. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Minot Hockey Boosters has one mission: to inspire teamwork, pride, and life lessons in the lives of all our members. Hockey is more than a sport, it's a way of life. The benefits of playing hockey from a young age last a lifetime. Visit minothockey.com for more information or to get signed up in the Learn to Play program today. Minot Hockey Boosters. The strength of the pack is the wolf. The strength of the wolf is the pack.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
The official score sheet says that 5 different players have scored in the consolation title game here this afternoon, and 3 of them wear a blue jersey. Jamestown on top of Minot 3-2. The Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard at the end of 2 periods played. Nick Holberg alongside of Larry McFall for our First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. First International Bank and Trust is a proud member of the Minot community. We stay true to our values by encouraging our staff to spend more time with family. By doing so, we spend more moments living in the moment. Member FDIC, live first. Larry, a recap of this hockey game here today, 3-2 the score right now. Jamestown on top, if you don't mind. How has it been done here this afternoon?
Well, Jack Plumble started the scoring for the Magicians at the 22-second mark, unassisted. And then 2 beautiful 2-on-1 passes through the slot. The first one was from Hunter Nelson and Nolan Nenow, and Nenow found the back of the net at 1:58. And then Nelson got another gorgeous assist on a goal by Jace Thompson at the 3:37 mark to make it 2-1 Jamestown. Minot got even on the power play at 2:49 of the last period on a goal by Operud, assisted by Murphy and Aiden Morelli, and that tied the game again. But then late at 14:06, Connor McLaughlin, in a big scrum in front of the net, got a goal to put Jamestown up where they are right now. So far in the game, 6 penalties on Jamestown for 12 minutes. And 2 of those were unsportsmanlike, and I know Matt Stockert's probably going to take care of that. And the Magicians, 2 penalties for 4 minutes. Minot won the face-off battle 7-5. They won the quality scoring chances 7-3, and they outshot Jamestown 25-13. The Magicians winning every category on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard except for goals scored. Trey Sortland, 2 saves in the first, 8 in the second for a game total of 10. And Riley Gerhardt, 9 saves in the first, 14 in the second for a total of 23. Well, we hope this game doesn't go into overtime and then another 8-minute overtime and then a shootout. It looks like we're not going to have any time to talk about that today, but that shootout yesterday that you're talking to Bob Gillen about, I just don't think they should happen. It's an individual contest. It's a team sport. And I guess that'll be a story for another day, but also rumors that that girls' game, that big battle the first night between Devil's Lake and Grand Forks went 4 overtimes, and I was told if they would have had to go another one, they were going to stop it and replay it at 9 in the morning. Wow. Make your athletes get up at 6 in the morning for breakfast and come and finish a 5th overtime at 9 in the morning. Not a good idea as far as I'm concerned, but other than that, the tournament has been ran well. It's a great venue. We're ready for the third period.
Face-off to be taken at the center ice dot to start our third frame. Minot High will travel from the left to the right for this third period. It's Jamestown from the right to the left. They're in off the opening draw of the third. Sortland in the blue paint on the left. It's Gerhardt in the blue paint on the right as Plemmel approaches the offensive zone. Here's Plemmel to take it down, trying to send it in front. No one home for the Magicians. Puck's going to come back out to center ice, and Thompson's back in with it. Thompson in front of the net. In on Sortland. He's run into, and Trey went hard into the goal pipes. He's in some pain inside the blue paint. Trey still trying to get up here. Uh-oh.
A hooking penalty. And what happened is Fillion had to hustle back and try to help out on the 2-on-1. He got with his man, but he hooked him down. And then they crashed into Sortland. Trey is now up, trying to skate it off here. Fillion goes to the box, and it's a big power play here at the 29-second mark for Jamestown, as they can start making this one-sided if they get a goal here.
Puck's handled down the near side wing. Defensive zone on an high end. Blocker side of Sortland down with the puck. It's the Blue Jays. They're working around with Hunter Nelson, trying to extend the lead to 2 are the Blue Jays. They lead 3-2 in the contest. Slap shot from the point. That one from Jacoby Nold. Puck's going to be handled here by the Blue Jays. They hold it in with Tommy Falk. It's Murphy that's back to retrieve, and Murphy's going to take this one and launch it all the way back down in behind Riley Gerhardt, who's out of the net to play it. 1 minute complete here in this third period. Puck's going to be turned over there momentarily for Thongfed. He's going to have a hit there, freeze it down to Nick Murphy, and Murphy's just going to spin it back into Jamestown territory. 1 minute, 14 seconds left on the Blue Jay power play. This is their second power play of the day. Minot High's been awarded with 5 power plays in the contest. They've scored on 1 of them. Nienau's in, turns it towards Sortland. He fired it wide. Falk up at the point. He's going to bring it back up to the Magicians. Now at center with Derwin Hauser. Hauser's going to bring it into offensive territory. Short-handed. Hauser in the slot. He lost it now. The puck is taken here by the Blue Jays. McLachlan, he's up to center with it. And at center ice, Hauser's going to free it again to Morelli. And Morelli dumps it down to the corner with 15-12 left here in the third period. Blue Jay power play is going to bring it back up to center. They cross over the neutral ice zone with it into the offensive territory. Hunter Nelson in, turns on towards the cage. Sortland forced to make a stop. 2 minutes into the final frame. 25 seconds remains on the Jamestown power play. Trying to clear on the Magi. Oproot helping with that cause with the far wall. He gets it out of the zone. And back with it now are the Blue Jays, who send it back in on Sortland. On the retrieve is Tice in his own territory. Puck's worked up to center. With it now comes Jaden Locke up through neutral. It's taken here by the Blue Jays. They are at center, losing an edge on the play on the near wall was Alex Stockert. Back in for the Magi. Puck is dumped down to the corner. They're at full strength as Fillion's out of the box. Gerhardt's got it in his glove, and we've got to stop in the play. 3-2 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. Minot trailing in this one.
Gerhardt was thinking of dropping that one down to his defenseman and not getting a whistle. But a Magician was lurking right there, so Gerhardt did the wise thing and just stood and hung on and got the whistle. Face off to his right.
Congratulations again to the Minot High Magents girls hockey team. Best finish in program history. They took third today with a 4-1 win over Devils Lake earlier on today. Fantastic job for the Magents hockey team picking up third at the state tournament. First time in 18 years that they've made it to the semifinal bracket. Offensive zone for the Magi. Puck's handled here by Fillion. Fancy movies in with it. Here's a drive. Murphy puts it home. Top shelf for Murphy from Fillion. And Nick Murphy on the year picks up number 14. That's point number 30. What a rocket that was.
Fillion was the playmaker on that play. Dancing on in. Cutting around the defense and finding Murphy. And Murphy made no mistake. Huge goal for the Magicians. Ties this game up at the 2:59 mark here of period 3.
Well, nice play from Nick Murphy. And Minot High's got momentum now. They score an even strength tally. They've had some trouble scoring as of late. They get one there. And the Magicians have equaled it at 3 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. This one's going to be good down the stretch. 13:45 left here in the contest. Into the offensive zone. Zach Deals back in with it. Takes it down to the corner. He's down low on the blocker's side of Gerhardt. Work back up to the point. Tice handles here. He sends it in. Gerhardt made the waffle board save, and the puck's down to the corner where it goes back away underneath the net. Sent in front. Here's Thongfett, sends it in loose in front of the cage. Gerhardt ends up on his backside. He holds on to it. Minot High is buzzing.
Thongfett came cutting in from the point and got it 5 feet in the slot in front of Gerhardt. Gerhardt was already down, and he shot it into his chest. And Gerhardt just sat still and covered it up and got the whistle. And as you said, Nick, they are buzzing right now.
Puck back up at the point. Here's Bonebrake, sent it in. He sent it up and wide on the glove side. Down low, Field fires on. Save, rebound, shot. Oh, what a save from Gerhardt. He went into the splits and robbed Casey Field. That should have been 4-3. There's your save of the game, and Gerhardt commits robbery. All the way down for an icing, 13:02. Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard says 3-3, and Riley Gerhardt stretched it out in the splits.
Can't Gerhardt get arrested for stealing or something on that one? My Lord. Just a huge save. It would have been a game changer.
Gerhardt comes up with stop number 26 of the hockey game, his biggest of the afternoon. That was absolutely sensational. The Magicians are like sharks in water right now. They want another one. Puck on the glove side of Gerhardt, offensive zone. Blue Jays trying to clear it out. They're going to have some help now with Jace Thompson, who skates it up to center. This is a big kid. He's a junior. Thompson skates in. 46 points on the year coming in. He's got 47 and 48 now here in his junior campaign. 12:38 left. Here's a drive on goal, and from the line, it's shot from McLachlan. Tipped by Thompson, and the Blue Jays score again. Jace Thompson's got 2.
Well, it's turned into a seesaw struggle as that goal comes at 4:28. Buck just centered into the slot. It was tipped, but boy, Sortland would want that one back. He is, as you said, he is struggling a little bit here in this state tournament.
Well, Trey's a kid that's been fantastic on the days against one of the most high-powered offenses in the West region. A Blue Jay team that coming into today's game has scored 111 times on the year. And Sortland is seeing goals number 112, 113, and 114, along with 115 now. They trail 4-3. 12:07 left here in this third period. Blue Jays taking away again. Center slot. Here's a drive. Sortland fighting the puck. It's under his pad. He'll hang on to it.
Yeah, he barely got the pad on it as the puck was sliding by. Didn't know he had it, and if you're a netminder and you don't know where it is, you just stay still and hope you're on top of it, and he was. And the referees blow the whistle here with 12 minutes and 1 second left in regulation. The Blue Jays up 4-3.
Well, this is a rivalry that you better get used to because I think the Blue Jays are coming. They've only got 3 seniors on this team. They've got 6 juniors. The rest are either sophomores or freshmen. Jamestown's going to be in the mix next year for a West Region regular season championship. They're going to be good. Into the offensive zone. Here's a drive. Went wide to Gerhardt on the glove side. Jamestown leading 4-3, 11:40 left here in the third period. Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard bringing you a good one today from the State High School Hockey Tournament. Winner takes home 5th place at the tournament. Into the corner, offensive zone. Minot High's got the puck. Hauser out with it. Sends it up top shelf on the glove side. Wasn't there for Hauser. He sent it wide into the corner. Back up to the point. Riley Operud's got it here. He's got a goal in the game. He sends it in. And Gerhardt went to the pillows and stopped the play.
Yeah, once again, the shot by Operud. Nobody went to the front of the net to try to work a screen or a deflection. So that was an easy pillow save for Gerhardt. His 28th of the game. With 11:14 remaining in the third. On the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard, it's 4-3.
At the point, here's a drive coming from Tice, knocked down. Puck's going to be taken here by the Blue Jays in their own defensive zone, left wing up to center. With it comes Jace Thompson. He's trying to find the hat-trick goal today for the Blue Jays. They lead 4-3 as the puck's down to the corner for Bonebrake. D-zone worked it up to Morelli. Motors on for Morelli. He's up over center ice, down the blue line. It's a 4-on-3 into the zone. Morelli on angle, put it on, and Gerhardt hangs onto it with under 11 to play here in the third.
That's okay. If he makes the save and hangs on to it, that means you have another face-off in their zone. And the Magicians were doing really well so far in the face-off department. And this one will be to the right of Gerhardt with 10:47 remaining.
Luck is in on the draw. He went up against Nino. You're going to hear those two kids going toe-to-toe for the next few years. Luck, the sophomore, the point leader for the Magi. Nino, the freshman, the point leader for the Blue Jays. In the corner, blocker's side of Gerhardt. Puck's going to be tied up and freed by the Magi. Trying to get a handle on it was Morelli. It escapes the zone. Tice launches it back in, but the Blue Jays at Thompson have real estate as Minot High had to touch up on sides. Here's Thompson looking for the hat trick. He brings it down to the corner. Spun it off the shin pads there of Bonebreak, and with it is Nick Murphy. Murphy back up to center ice. He's got the game's most recent goal for the Magi. Here's the senior. He skates into the offensive zone, down to the corner on the glove side of Gerhardt. Puck is sailed out to center where Oprud's on the retrieve, shuffled over to Bonebreak. Bonebreak dumped it into the offensive territory, and it's going to be taken now into the near side corner on the glove side of Riley Gerhardt. Under 10 to play in the third period. Hope you're enjoying the state hockey coverage here from Fargo on 1390 KRRZ and at the PSP Network. Make sure to like the PSP Network at Facebook to stay up to date with all Minot High athletics. Here's a drive on goal up and over the glove. That one fired in from Falk over the head of Sortland. Back the other way comes Plemmel. He's into the offensive zone. Plemmel skates down, fires on. Gerhardt made the save. Plemmel looking for his second of the game. He scored 22 seconds into today's contest right at high noon. Puck is sent in front from Plemmel, trying to feed Hauser. It's out to center for the Blue Jays. They moved it ahead from Jorison, and Jorison will dump it down on the blocker's side of Sortland. 9:10 to play here in this third period. Here's Plemmel. He's got the lane. Plemmel's in, turns it on, stop is made. Rebound, Plemmel fires on. The Blue Jays D was right there to move it up from behind the cage. And back the other way we go now for the Blue Jays into offensive territory with Mahoney. Mahoney takes it down to the corner. Tice is on the retrieve. Great crowd on hand today for this third period of the fifth place game here at the state tournament on the boys bracket. 4-3 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. Blue Jays on top. With the puck, Tice wants it icing. He's going to fire it down to the right of Gerhardt. He gets it.
The tempo hasn't slowed down very much since the first period. Both these teams still getting up and down the ice. And we're in for an exciting 8 minutes and 35 seconds to finish this one off.
Well, it's a Jamestown team that's been at the state tournament 21 times. Going backwards in their program of when they've been here, pucks up and out of play, by the way. Jamestown came in 2018. That was their last visit. They lost out in consolation play. They took a 5-year break. They weren't here all the way back to 2013. Then 2011. Then they were off the map for quite a while. 1999 was their last visit before that. 96, 95, 94. They were a powerhouse in the early 90s, and then they just took a break.
Yeah, they had some light rosters, but boy, they are back now.
Into the offensive zone they come, down low. Glove side of Gerhardt. The big question for them next year is going to be goaltending. Who's going to fill the shoes of Riley Gerhardt? They had Matt Schneider before that, and Schneider was the West Region Player of the Year back in 2018. He was a kid that was sensational in goal for the Blue Jays. Now they've got Gerhardt that's going to graduate. Who's next to the program? That's the big question mark. Here's Fillion, one of the 4 seniors for the Magi. He lost a handle on it. Thompson's back out to center, make that Niedau's in. Niedau's going to turn it towards Sortland. Give and go, drive. Oh, what a save from Trey Sortland. The stop of the tournament. You hear the fans come alive. And Trey slid across. That one should go to Sports Center. My goodness, what a save from Trey.
Oh, my.
The give and go from Niedau sent it back door, and on the doorstep was Hunter Nelson. And Nelson had a chance to make it 5-3. He slid it across. Sortland came back and with the paddle of the stick made the save. That's the best save we've seen all year from Trey Sortland.
And it was a great play by the Blue Jays, too. He was going in behind the goal line. He backhanded it into the slot. But wow, what a sprawling save by Sortland. That was a game saver, because I think if the Jays get up by 2, it's going to be trouble for the Magicians.
That was unbelievable. Icing on Minot High, and Trey Sortland's got the stop of the tournament for the Magi.
7 minutes and 15 seconds remaining on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard.
Off the draw, Trey's blocker side. We're down to 7:15 as Larry mentioned left in the contest. Puck's going to be taken here. Worked out underneath the net. On the retrieve was Operud for the Magi. It's worked around to the near side wing. Now it comes down to the corner again. D-zone for the Magicians. Trying to get a handle on it here is Operud. Make that deal 27-21. He moves it out to center, and the Magi are trying to clear. They bring it in now. Zach deals in with it. Turns it towards the net. Bouncer in front of the cage. Comes down low now. Hauser's got it. Sends it in front. One-timer the stop. Gerhardt equals the challenge at the other end on Casey Fields' one-time attempt. Puck back up at the line. Nice job there from Draney holding the line. Comes back down low to Hauser. Hauser throwing the body around. Freed down low now to Deal. Back up at the point. Draney's got it. Sends it in. Tipped in front. Stop from Gerhardt. Puck comes back away now to Thogfett. Top of the circle. 6:20 left here. Driving on goal. And Riley Gerhardt puts the play to an end. 6:17 left. 4-3 on the Ryan Chevy scoreboard. Jamestown on top.
Well, you can't say that the Magicians aren't trying here in the final game of the season. They're swarming down there, and some big pad saves by Gerhardt. Couple of tip-ins or tip shots, and Gerhardt's rose to the challenge.
Off the draw, defensive zone for the Blue Jays. Puck is tied up on the near side wall. Scrumming forward are both teams in our blind spot. Down with it. Luck sends it back up. Here's Morelli. A drive on. Stop was made for Gerhardt. Another drive on goal. Riley Gerhardt stops another. 38 shots came his way in the hockey game so far with 5:55 left, and Thogfett has to come out to center to retrieve it. He bumbled it at neutral. Look out, Gerhardt was fixing the pipes, and they sent it in. It almost went in on goal on Gerhardt. It bounced there, and Riley Gerhardt having a conversation with Dan Emery on the near wing, and Gerhardt saying, somebody help me out, the net was off its moorings.
Yeah, boy, that's just it's just too bad that has to be a factor in the hockey game.
Well, Thogfett lost it at center, and he had the awareness to fire it in as Gerhardt was over there working on it on the right post, and Dan Emery and Riley Gerhardt still having a conversation about it. Filling it in off the draw, right in on Gerhardt. Sent it back door to Murphy. He couldn't pull the trigger. Murphy's got it back, top of the circle, but it's Niedow that takes it here. Here's Nolan Niedow for the Blue Jays. He's in over the line. Niedow drops it off. Thompson fires on. Sortland made the stop, and back the other way come the Magi. It's going to be taken here by Murphy. Chips it up into the Minot High bench. We're down to 5:24 left. Jamestown on top, 4-3 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard.
It's too bad that one chipped on up and went into the bench because Murphy had Fillion and Plemmel on a 3-on-2. But the puck went off the stick and went right into the Minot High bench. 5 minutes and 24 seconds remaining on the Ryan Chevy scoreboard.
Puck taken here by Bonebreak. He's going to fire it all the way out. Too far in front of Plemmel. The Magicians are going to have an icing, and they're going to face it off back in their territory. By the way, North Dakota High School Hockey.com is the official home for North Dakota High School Hockey. All the stats, the standings, the results, stat leaders, everything in high school hockey, boys and girls in North Dakota can be found at ndhighschoolhockey.com. Special thanks to ndhighschoolhockey.com for what they do. Shot it on Sortland. He's going to make the stop. 4-3 on the Ryan Chevy scoreboard. Jamestown on top. Don't forget, Prairie Grid Adaptive Sports is hosting their first annual Sled Hockey Classic, April 17th through 19th at the Mesa Arena. It's free to attend. Hope you join us for the Sled Hockey Classic in Minot, April 17th through the 19th. Thompson back into the offensive zone. Whistled one up and wide over the blocker side of Sortland. And back on the retrieve at center ice for the Blue Jays. Dumping it forward was Jorison. With real estate, Riley Operud's back in behind Sortland. He sets up shop here. Under 5 to play in this third period. Moved ahead forward. Now it's going to be taken by Morelli. Across it came at center. Fulcan had taken away. Minot High bench wanted to call. They don't get it. Jace Thompson goes down hard right in front of the Jamestown bench. Back in with it. Deal drops it off. Hauser fires on all right into the breadbasket. And Gerhardt went down and made the save.
You know, you have to make Gerhardt work. You got to move him around a little bit when you're shooting. You can't just shoot it into the breadbasket. The Magicians have to work on trying to pick a hole on Gerhardt.
Minot High has found 18 more shots on goal this afternoon than Jamestown, but the Blue Jays lead 4-3 on the Ryan Chevy scoreboard. Pucks work back up to the point. Thogfed sends it down to the corner. Out of Gretzky's office. This is Luck. He's down low, and he's going to have some company there from the Blue Jays. It's freed now by Jamestown. They're going to try to clear it out to center, and they do. At center ice with the puck. Off with it was Corey Nelson, but it's the Blue Jays that regroup in their own territory, and then moving ahead, dumping it down from Joe Cummings. In on the goaltender, Sortland, who left it behind the net for Tice. Tice rattled it around the sideboards, trying to clear. Cummings has it back now. He's going to send it out in front. No one home for Jamestown. Under 4 to play here in the third period. The Magi are down by a goal. It's crunch time now as the puck is fired up to center. 4 seniors on this team for the Magicians haven't had a whole lot of luck at the state high school hockey tournament. They didn't qualify for the tournament back in 2018. Gerhardt freezes it, by the way. They didn't qualify in 18. In 19, they lost on the same ice surface to Red River in a 2-1 game that ended their season. And they only have 1 win at the tournament. They want another one. By the way, if they get a win today, that's going to be a 20-win season for the Magicians. That hasn't been done very often in school program history. Looking for win number 20 on the day are the Magi. Jamestown trying to pick up 16 for a win mark on the year. Nets off the moorings again. Well, here's what I would recommend. If you're listening to the hockey game and you're sick of those nets coming off the pegs, I would recommend maybe dropping a line to NDHSA, just saying, hey, marsh pegs are needed to make this tournament better. If they get enough of those emails, they're bound to do something, aren't they?
Well, I would think that they put the holes in when they poured the concrete. If not, then it's not an easy task to drill into that cement. But you would think that the holes are there, I would think. They are next door. They used them last night. I don't know about this side.
Bone breaks being held behind the Minot High net by Jace Thompson. Back the other way comes Plebble into the offensive zone. We're down to 3:05 to play in the third. Buckle up tight. This one's not done yet. Minot High's back into the zone. With it is Plebble. He brings it across. Murphy, and he fires. He sent it off the blocker. Rebound down underneath the net. Gerhardt's got to work out. That was shot 40 on the afternoon. Minot High trailing by a goal. Oproot sends it in, and Riley Gerhardt gobbles it with the glove. He'll hang on to it. Face-off coming on Gerhardt's glove side.
Good play there by Gerhardt. If he would have let that go, it would have hit the lively boards and kicked back out the other side. And the Magicians' attack would have continued. Instead, he gets a whistle to his left. We'll be watching Trey Sortland here with 2:45 remaining in the third. They're going to have to pull him out of the net here shortly.
Off the draw, Morelli took it away down low. Here's Morelli scrumming for it on the near side wing. Aiden Morelli underneath the goal line. It's taken here by the Blue Jays, and it's McLachlan down to the corner. Out with it comes Morelli. He turns one up, and he fired. He sent it over the head. Underneath the goal line now, puck's back away for Morelli. Sent it up to Deal. He wasn't on it. And again, Thogfed has trouble at the blue line. Puck comes all the way out, and Sortland's out of the net to play it. Trey sent it up the glass on the near wing. Magi are back the other way. 2:10 to play here in the contest as it's taken down by Deal walking in. He fired, and Deal is going to be stopped on the play, but a cross check is coming. And who's this on? Minot High is going to be shorthanded on a call to Hauser with 2:08 left in the third.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that penalty comes at 14:52 on Hauser with the cross check. Now they have to pull the goalie just to even the attack back up again, so.
Timeout on the ice. We're going to do the same thing. Ryan Chevy scoreboard says 4-3 when we come back at Jamestown power play. Late to the contest, this is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
On the market today is custom fit all-weather floor liners. They're the ultimate protection in your vehicle's interior. At Ryan Chevrolet, we have an option you may not have considered yet. The digitally fit GM floor liner. They're tailored to fit your GM vehicle exactly. And here's the shocker. They're less expensive than many aftermarket brands. GM digitally fit all-weather floor liners are an affordable option. You should check them out today at Ryan Chevrolet or shop RyanChevroletMinot.com.
Minot High's not making it easy on themselves. Hauser's in the box on a hooking call. And we're down to crunch time here for the Magi. They trail 4-3 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. Nick Holberg with Larry McFall. The timeout has been called. This one's coming down to the wire.
Well, they're resetting the scoreboard right now. They let it run all the way down to 0. And now they've got the 208 back up on there.
Well, the draw will come in Minot High defensive territory. Operud tried to clear it. He sent it right out in front of Trey. He just bumbled it, and the puck comes back to center where the Blue Jays have it again. Into the offensive territory. Hunter Nelson's in with it. Puck is going to be taken back up to center ice. Minot High's got it again as the Jamestown Blue Jays sent it back in. Under 2 to play here in the third. Operud tried to clear it again. He can't get it past the blue line. Hunter Nelson there. That bone break took it away. Now Thompson in on goal. Thompson fired on. Sortly made the stop. Now another one. A scrum underneath the goal line. 1:30 left here in the third period. Minot High shorthanded. They will be until 8 seconds remains here in regulation. Unless the Blue Jays score again, and if they do that, this one's over. Puck is sent all the way down the length of the ice. Gerhardt's out of the net to play it on the right side. Minot High sends out a new unit. Plebel's out there along with Morelli. You got Bone Break along with Operud back into the offensive zone. Falk brings it in on the blocker side. Falk's going to dance in front, brought it into the circle, and here comes Morelli for the Magi. Trying to bring it ahead forward. There's a call on the play, and Minot High's going to go back to even strength as a call coming to the Blue Jays. Puck's down to the corner, offensive zone. Operud sent it towards the paint. Sortland's off. We're under a minute to play in the hockey game. Delayed call coming. Here's a drive in front. Oh, tipped in front. And Gerhardt made the stop with 47 seconds left.
Man, what a great save by Gerhardt again. Robin Operud right in front. The good thing about this penalty to Jamestown, skater number 22, Hunter Nelson, by the way, as now that evens out that last 39 seconds, and now the Magicians are back in a position where they can pull Sortland and have the one-man advantage here, because there's only going to be 6 seconds left when the penalty runs out, but now they can get Sortland off and have the man advantage. They bring him right now with 47.1 seconds left.
Down by a goal. Blue Jays have the puck. This is for fifth. On the front of the net, here's Philly, and he sent it 2 feet high in the cage on a point-blank opportunity. Back in Minot High defensive territory. It's Operud that starts the rush. We're down to 30 seconds to play in the regulation. Puck's going to be pushed down. Length of the ice it goes. A player on the ice in all sorts of pain. That's Corey Nelson. He got one up top, and Nelson grabbed for his chin right away. He's still in all sorts of pain in the neutral ice zone. Regardless, faceoff's coming back on Gerhardt's glove side.
Nelson with those 2 big assists earlier in the game. Skates to the bench. Looks like he's going to be okay.
Well, can Minot High find an answer for Riley Gerhardt to the next 24 seconds? Off the draw, it's Murphy at the point, worked over to Fillion. Fillion worked it back up to Murphy. Now across to Operud. He's got it, sends it in just wide. Rebound, turn to the side of the cage. Fillion missed the net again. Puck comes all the way back over to the far point. We're down to the final 9 seconds. Cut them down, kids. We're at 8 at the line, held in. Here's a drive, bouncer right in on goal. The stop, right underneath. Gerhardt to the stop is made. 2 seconds left, and Gerhardt has been the player of the game here today.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. He's stealing the show.
41st shot of the hockey game. That save number 38 on the day for Riley Gerhardt. Everybody's on their feet. Final face-off, 2 seconds left. Fillion in on the draw. Off the face-off. Jamestown's taking 5th at the state tournament. They beat Minot here today. What a contest that was. Pro Style Production live events comes up next. The post-game show where we'll have the full recap of what Minot High did in the tournament here. They end up taking 6th at the state tournament. The girls take 3rd. It was a great season for the Magi, and the Blue Jays had a great season as well. They get win number 16 on the year. On the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard, Jamestown 4, Minot 3. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
When supper time's a crunch, T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
The rubber match was played today, and the Blue Jays take home the crowd. They get the second win out of the 3 games that they played against the Magi here this year, and it was for 5th place at the State High School Hockey Tournament. Alongside of Nick Colberg, I'm Larry McFall for the Pro Style Production Live Events Postgame Show. Your number one choice for live entertainment at your wedding, reception, reunion, or party. The Pro Style Production Event Management Plan guarantees you'll have the time of your life. Visit ProStyleProduction.com to find out more. 4-3 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard here this afternoon, and it's the Blue Jays that got it done in fashion with great goaltending from Riley Gerhardt. Larry, your thoughts on this game before you give us the full recap of the contest?
This is one of those hockey games where the goaltender just stole the show. I mean, he made so many quality saves. The Magicians were all over him all game long, just firing at him, and he made some big stops. And on the other end, Trey Sortland handcuffed just a little bit, turned it a pretty good game, but if you talk to him, I'm sure that he will want a couple of those goals back, but a couple of those first goals by Jamestown, those 2-on-1s, very well executed. Jack Puebel opened up the scoring at the 22-second mark to give Minot the 1-0 lead. Nolan Nenow got on the board at 1:58 on an assist by Hunter Nelson to make it 1-1, and then Jace Thompson got his first goal on an assist by Nelson at 3:37, and Jamestown took the 2-1 lead into the locker room. At 2:49 of the second period on the power play, Riley Opperud tied the game back up on assist from Nicholas Murphy and Aiden Morelli, and then Nolan Nenow put his squad back out front at 14:06 on assists by Thompson and Nelson. So Jamestown took the lead. Minot comes back in the third period at the 2:59 mark. Murphy from Fillion that tied the game up. And then that last goal was changed as you thought it was going to be. At the 4:28 mark, Jace Thompson gets the goal. Connor McLaughlin an assist with Nolan Nino. So Nino had 1 assist today and 2 goals. Thompson with 2 goals and 1 assist. Nelson had 2 assists, 3 assists for Hunter Nelson. So some good points scored there. Penalties, Minot had 4 penalties for 8 minutes. Jamestown had 7 penalties for 14 minutes. Minot was credited with 22 quality scoring chances compared to only 11 for Jamestown. And Minot won the face-off battle 29-16. The only thing the Magicians didn't win was the results on the Ryan scoreboard. Trey Sortland, 2 saves in the first, 8 in the second, 7 in the third, for a game total of 17 out of 21 shots. And Riley Gerhardt, 9 saves in the first, 14 in the second, 15 in the third, for a game total of 38 out of the 41 shots on goal. Jamestown wins this one 4-3.
Well, it was a good game today for 5th place, and the Jamestown Blue Jays have some fans here. They're being introduced now after they get the win. 4-3 on the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard. More of our Pro Style Production live events post-game show coming up. We'll have our Minot's Finest Collision Center star of the game. They will put a cap on the 2019-2020 season as Minot High finishes their year at 18-8 overall on the year. 16-10 for the Blue Jays from Jamestown with the win today. Pro Style Production live events post-game show will put a cap on the season when we return. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Today is custom fit all-weather floor liners. They're the ultimate protection in your vehicle's interior. At Ryan Chevrolet, we have an option you may not have considered yet. The digitally fit GM floor liner. They're tailored to fit your GM vehicle exactly. And here's the shocker. They're less expensive than many aftermarket brands. GM digitally fit all-weather floor liners are an affordable option. You should check them out today at Ryan Chevrolet or shop RyanChevroletMinot.com.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knott. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Minot Hockey Boosters has one mission: to inspire teamwork, pride, and life lessons in the lives of all our members. Hockey is more than a sport, it's a way of life. The benefits of playing hockey from a young age last a lifetime. Visit MinotHockey.com for more information or to get signed up in the Learn to Play program today. Minot Hockey Boosters. The strength of the pack is the wolf. The strength of the wolf is the pack.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard says 4-3, and Jamestown takes home the Constellation Championship here today at the State High School Hockey Tournament. Alongside of Larry McFall, I'm Nick Holberg. It's time to announce our Minot's Finest Collision Center star of the game. Minot's Finest Collision Center ensures proper procedures are followed to repair your vehicle so safety features are maintained to keep you and your family safe. More than an auto body repair shop, they are Minot's finest. Any argument today that Riley Gerhardt is the star of the game in this contest here today from Jamestown?
No argument at all. Outstanding performance by Gerhardt. He lived up to everything that everybody said he was. And when you said that he's going to pursue football in college, that kind of just really bums me out because he is an outstanding goalie and he jumped right onto a junior team, I would feel, and then on to D1. He is that good. But, if that's his decision, that's awesome. Good luck in his football career. Outstanding performance today.
He's our Minot's finest Collision Center star of the game here today. Larry, this has been one heck of a ride at the state high school hockey tournament yesterday. 3 of the 4 games went to overtime. That sets up a state championship game tonight that sees Fargo South and Red River. We've got Davies and Central playing right now for third, and it's Davies that's taking it on the chin. It looks like 5-0 Central.
5-0 for Grand Forks Central now with 16 minutes remaining in the second period.
Your closing thoughts on the tournament? You're going to stick around for the title game tonight, I suppose.
Absolutely. We're going to run and get something to eat here and then come on back and watch Fargo South and Red River. Once again, about the format, about the tournament here, which is one unfortunate thing as a hockey fan and a boys hockey fan. I would like to see all the games of the tournament. You and I are doing the 5th place game. The 3rd place game going on at the same time makes it impossible to be over there. And that's the thing that I don't like since they combined it, is you don't get to watch all the games if you have an interest in one team or the other. That's the only drawback to me, a state tournament. Fargo did a great job hosting this. This facility is unbelievable. 2 rinks side by side. When I walked in here, they had not a restaurant, but a stand that actually you could make your own salads. I've never seen that before, where for people that don't want to eat the fried food, you can go in here and get that. So everything about this place and the parking, the easy access in and out is awesome. So hats off to the North Dakota High School Activities Association for throwing this tournament. Thanks for letting me come along on the ride again this year. It's just awesome to do high school hockey. Now I get about 3 months off and then start up with the dirt track racing in May in Estevan, Minot, and Williston again. So, but it's fun to get on the air and help out with this. And it sounds like there's some good things in the future for PSP Network. So I will be around to hopefully help out with as much of that as I can. But it's been an honor to work with you, Nick, after you picked up the reins from Rob 9 years ago or 10 years ago or whatever it's been. I lose track of the years. When I asked, Rob Hall was here, by the way, earlier, folks, and he wants to say hi to everybody back in Minot. He was here with his little 3-year-old Henry, and Rob asked me if I remembered how many years we worked together, and I had no idea. I guess it was 11. So, but no, good tournament, and Minot High, Majets, hey, 3rd place, awesome. And for the boys, 6th place finish I know is not what they wanted to get, but they had a very tough first-round opponent, a first-round opponent that is going to win the state tournament, as you and I predicted. Fargo South will do it tonight against Grand Forks Red River.
What a tournament it was. Thanks for your time here, Larry. As always, fantastic job carrying the flag for Magi Hockey. Minot High ends up with a 19-win season here in 2019-2020. They're going to be a team to contend with next year for a region championship. So is Jamestown, who gets the win of the consolation championship today, 4-3. For Larry McFall, I'm Nick Colbert, signing off from the Shields Arena for the final time for Magi Hockey this year. Don't forget, we're covering basketball, baseball, and softball on the PSP Network. Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Minot High falls to a 6th place finish at the state tournament. They're back next year for more. Thanks again for joining us all year long on 1390 KRRZ and at the PSP Network. Final today is 4-3. On the Ryan Chevrolet scoreboard, Jamestown wins. Until next time, I'm Nick Colberg. Have a great day. And God bless. It's Borelli from the corner, back up, top of the point, Obrut scores, top shelf. Oh, that was a howitzer, and Riley Obrut put it into the top corner, right where Grandma keeps the cookies. Here's Cody, lost the handle on it, Thompson back out to center, make that neat out in, neat out, gonna turn it towards Thornton, give it, go, drive, oh, what a save from Trey Thornton. The stop of the tournament, you hear the fans come alive, and Trey slid across, that one should go to Sports Center. My goodness, what a save from the Minot hockey team. Best finish in program history. They took third today with a 4-1 win over Devils Lake earlier on today. Fantastic job for the Jets hockey team, picking up third at the state tournament. First time in 18 years that they've made it to the semi-final bracket. Offensive zone for the man guy. Puck saddled here by Billy, and fancy movies in with it. Here's a drive. Murphy puts it home. Top shelf for Murphy.